Evening, everybody.
Norman?
What's shaking, Norm?
All 4 cheeks and a couple of chins, Coach.
Coming to you live, this is a Clearly Confused podcast featuring Eric, Brandon, and Steve. And now, here's your host,
All right, boys, prepare to be dazzled.
JT.
What do you mean you're having a party? Are some glip-glops from the third dimension going to come over and play cards or something?
Glip-glop? You're lucky a Treflorkian doesn't hear you say that.
Is that like their N-word?
It's like the N-word and the C-word had a baby and it was raised by all the bad words for Jews.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is your host, JT. I thought I'd say good. I nod on that one. It is the last day of January, 2021.
Already a month in.
We made it through that year.
Sudden.
Yeah.
6 o'clock in the PM. 6:01 according to the Lappy Top. Yeah. So there's that. And have a good show.
Yeah.
All right. With me, as always, I've got Eric.
Yes, sir.
Steve.
That's me.
And Brandon.
Hi.
And his butt, apparently.
Well, I'm trying not to make that a presence, but you know.
Yeah, leave that outside, please.
We don't need the fifth cast member.
No.
We've already got the mascot. Aaliyah's gone.
Yeah.
You have nobody to talk shit to.
I got plenty to talk shit to. I just probably shouldn't.
It's 2 quarters.
It's 2 quarters already. We are literally 80 seconds in, and we're already 2 quarters down.
Oh, I love it.
Love that
Today
place.
is National Backward Day.
Well, let me just adjust.
So
Hold on.
It's crisscross day.
That's what I was just thinking.
it's Inspire Your Heart with Art Day.
I'm good.
Art, not fart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Darn
Or
it.
it's-
He's adding letters.
Yeah, it's Inspire Your Heart,
that's
not
my
your
job.
It is,
fart.
yeah, it is my creative license to do with it what I want to.
Allegedly. It's also National Hot Chocolate Day.
Yum.
I'm not so keen on that.
So there's
Really?
that.
Like this late? No, like December into December. Once it hits January, I just don't want it
Oh,
anymore.
just when it gets to be the coldest freaking month of the year.
In Kansas.
Dude, hot chocolate. Anything from mid-November or even late October to like March is hot chocolate
That's
weather.
the way I am with peppermint flavored stuff.
See, you got that all
Dude,
backwards.
I can do
peppermint goes from December 1st to December 31st and done.
No, it goes from
Oh,
like
swear to God.
mid October to like March, and then you get Shamrock. Oh,
I absolutely agree with Eric on that
Can
one.
we fire him yet? Please. I've been asking for 3 weeks.
he has actually. That's an unfortunate fact.
It's
Unfortunate
also
for you.
International Leprosy Day.
Nothing to
head
say
fall
on
off?
that.
So there's that.
So you can rip his arm off and beat him with it.
Yes! Goals!
Beat you to death with them. Let's see. Events on this date in history. 1606. It is the Gunpowder Plot.
Ooh.
The
Well, that was November 5th.
The 4 conspirators, including Guy Fawkes, Fawkes, are executed on this day because they conspired to blow up the House of Parliament and King James. So today's the day that they were
Boo.
nixed from existence.
Right. For the thing that they did 2 months ago.
Remember, the 5th of November. The Gunpowder's Trot and the treasons and stuff. and
You said
words.
plopped and you lost me.
I said trot instead of plot, but you said plop.
Sounded like
And
He's got the trots, you got the plots. I mean,
what? Let's move on.
on that note, in 1865, U.S. Congress passes the 13th Amendment. Anybody?
I'd have to look it up.
Slavery is abolished.
I was going to say abolishing, and then you just, yeah. Never mind. I would have gotten it right.
Good for
Sorry.
you. Love that for you, bud.
In the fun to say file.
Yes.
First
You
time
said
the
it.
charm.
Look at you.
Today in 1946, the Democratic Republic of Vietnam introduces their new currency, replacing the French Indochinese plastre. I don't know how to say it. But they introduced
Bitcoin.
the dong.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I knew that.
I got a fat dong right here.
Yeah, a fat stack of dongs in front of me from the fun to say file. Lastly, on this date in 1968, the Viet Cong, if you're catching a theme here,
Seems like it.
the guerrillas attacked the U.S. Embassy in Saigon. as well as other places at the same time in the wee hours of the morning, all lumped together, known as
Easy. Oh, sorry.
the Tet Offensive.
I got that right. What, man? I don't get history questions right, and there's two
Speak
that I
up,
would have got.
son. Why are you just sitting there on your tongue?
Because he was pointing at you and saying Eric. I'm not Eric.
I didn't say a
He didn't
damn
say.
thing.
I said Eric.
He said easy. He just pointed at me.
I heard what I heard.
That's okay.
I heard words from people's mouths.
Words.
Words aren't as hard yet. We'll see.
Give it a minute.
Yeah, that typically happens.
I know you're too stupid to get this, but you're really f***ing this up right now.
Okay, so
That's what we do on this show.
right, yes, that is our MO. Births on this date, 1919, from the Big Easy News Network. Jackie Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Also from the Big Easy News Network in 1931, Mr. Cub himself, Mr. Sunshine on my damn shoulder, Ernie Banks.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And the trifecta. Go for it.
Also from the Big Easy News Network,
Yes, sir.
the Ryan Express, Mr. Nolan Ryan.
Yes.
That was the only one I knew of.
Oh, man. When I saw it showed up on my timeline this morning on Facebook, I was like, there's no way. The stars just
dude,
aligned.
Whoa.
Coast.
Hell yeah.
Coast.
Show this morning on Facebook.
Micro Machine man ain't got nothing on you, brother.
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing.
Buster Rhymes going.
Yeah, right.
How old would have Ernie Banks been today?
Born in 1931, so it'd be 90.
Okay. Because Robinson would have been 102 today.
Yes.
And Ryan is, what year was he?
47.
47. So he's
We're
80-ish.
60,
70.
74,
Yeah, 70.
74. 67 or 21?
Yeah, 21, 74.
47.
47.
1947.
Right, so,
4,
yeah,
6,
74.
12, 80. Yeah, 74.
Right.
The first time.
Justin had a...
No, not 4. God dang, you quit it.
87 to 21?
Yeah, it's 21, not
That's
20.
a 6.
7 plus
8,
6
9,
is
10,
13.
11.
Carry the 4. Okay, whatever. I'm going the other way. I'm thinking the 21 up to 47, so the 1 to the 7 is 6.
Yeah, that's not
Right.
how births work.
Which is where the 6 came into play in my head.
Nope.
And it's
That's not
I
how
know you're
math
too
works.
stupid to get this, but you're really f***ing this up right now.
yes,
There
you
it
are,
is.
sir.
And lastly, 1981, the man, the myth, the legend, Justin Timberlake was born.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
The imposter JT.
The imposter. The one's cashing in on your notoriety.
One more time.
The one that's all cashing in on your notoriety.
There it is. Notoriety. That's the word I missed. I'm cashing in your number.
Something about Kesha, I didn't catch it either.
Cash you outside.
I
How
know you're
about
too
that?
stupid to get this, but you're really f***ing this up right now.
We're all doing it.
I think that just needs to be in a loop in the background.
Not every 35 seconds. Yeah. Let's see. Posthumously, the In Memoriam segment, 1606, the aforementioned Guy Fawkes
Oh, wow.
with 3 other conspirators.
I mean, yeah.
1974, Samuel Goldwyn from the Goldwyn Production Company. Later,
Part of MGM.
later merged with MGM. He's one of the co-founders of Paramount, among others. So
That's
he
big.
passed away in 1974 from the Fun to Face. God dang it.
There it is.
I was thinking about it. That's the problem. For the Fun to Save file, I get like a letter ahead. I really do.
Fun to face aisle.
We lost in 1999. How was that again?
Give it a second.
Yeah. Giant Bash.
Giant Bash.
He was a Japanese pro wrestler.
Well, I guess it's better than Giant Gash.
I was
6'10", 310 pounds.
Good Lord.
From the All Japan Pro Network.
I bet.
That's what took me. I'm like, Giant Bash. That sounds really not
I mean, out of context, it's Japanese wrestling and J-Bash. That,
right. Ooh. And
right?
lastly, from
Jay?
J.
Where would the J come from?
That's...
the Giants with a G.
I'm an idiot.
Oh my
Well, you know,
I know
Amber...
you're too stupid to get this, but you're really f***ing this up right now.
Okay, so
Yeah, no.
what's the running total on how many times we
I
played
don't know,
that
we're
tonight?
like 12.
That's 4.
Lastly, in 2015, from the Fun to Save file, we lost.
Would have been funny if he jacked it up.
Oh, man, it would have absolutely been great.
I really thought about it. The 6th president of Germany,
What?
Richard von Wisesacker.
Wise.
I'm sure they pronounce it differently, but I look at it and saw Wisesacker.
It's close.
They're probably Visaker or something.
Visacker or Visacker.
Yeah.
It's Weizsacke.
No, that's
Visacker.
Yeah.
Visacker.
You got it right the first time.
Yeah.
Wisesacker himself.
I don't know. Why don't you ask old Wisesack over there?
He was only president.
Oh my god, okay, listen, I'd like you to try something. Try swallowing the giant ball of snot that's dangling around in the back of your throat. It's disgusting. Nobody wants to hear that. That's what you do.
Just had to throw that one out there. I watched a lot of Rick and Morty this week. As it shows in the intros. And
Good.
those sound clips.
Good.
It's been fun.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all. And I was telling Brandon when he came in and I was watching it. Granted, he woke me up when he shut the door.
Surprise!
Surprise, motherfucker! It's been a long day. Actually, it really hasn't. But I didn't realize how good that show was until you were talking about it, Steve. I always thought it was a kid's show.
Oh, no.
Right.
I do not let your kids watch that
Which
show.
is exactly what Brandon said. By the way, that long pause was me trying to remember where I was going with this train of thought. It's like Snowpiercer. I only had one track and I lost it. But, yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I watched it in like a week and a half. I watched all 4 seasons.
Yeah, they have
You're
another
productive.
one.
Well, I mean, I caught up on the entire Mandalorian series and what they have so far of WandaVision in 3 days.
I haven't watched either of those. How's WandaVision?
What is wrong with you?
And that's with watching the 3 movies that I had to watch for today.
Seriously, what is wrong with you?
I don't watch a lot of TV.
But it's
Well, unless
these are in essence, to me, Mandalorian and WandaVision are not TV. They are movies that are just been chopped up for your inconvenience.
Well, I watch a lot of anime, so that typically takes
That's your problem.
precedent. Precedent? Yeah.
Precedent.
I said that the second time.
No, you said
Yeah.
precedent.
Either
What
way,
was the difference?
you need to watch
You
both.
saw me about going to the clip, right?
You almost did. I saw it. The finger's like...
You really need
It's
to
like
watch
Donald
both.
Trump on the nuke button.
Probably.
Really wanted to push it, but I didn't. Save North Korea.
Why?
But the burger looks huge.
It's okay. He drinks his drinks with both hands.
Trump, not me.
I was going to tell you the last time I had to do that.
Drink the drink with both hands.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
His
You've
hands
not
are
been drunk lately, have you?
I have.
His
Oh.
hands are the size
But
of my
look at how
face.
big my hands are.
Good Lord, how much did you have to drink to get you drunk?
It
A
takes
barrel?
a lot.
You know what? Don't answer that.
Well, I am going to need something to kill time before my second beer. How about a first one?
Son of a bitch! Give me a drink!
There we go. Yeah.
That ended abruptly.
That was actually pretty good.
Changing things up on you fellas.
I tried.
Did all that last night.
I expected like at least a couple more seconds after that to keep going, but
No.
it didn't.
You like the new one?
I do.
You like the new one?
I like it.
You know why? Because it says first beer before I have my second beer. So this week I was on beer and I decided to go with some good ones. I didn't want to venture out too far from the reservation.
That smells yeasty.
It's an oatmeal stout.
Oatmeal.
This is
not
from
yeast.
Free State Brewing Company out of Lawrence, America. Lawrence, Kansas.
Straight yeast.
This is their oatmeal stout, which is an amazing beer. Pepper is taking up all of our personal space.
It's like we don't exist. Just crawls through.
All right.
Yeah, don't smell this one before you
No.
drink it.
Yeah,
No,
no,
no.
The smell is pungent. The taste isn't
I
bad.
wouldn't say it's pungent. It smells like a beer.
It's
It's all right.
Very yeasty beer.
Yeah, I went with a couple of safe ones today.
No, that was it's a good taste.
So, and I thought I'd go with the darker one first because the other one's going to wreck your palate, but
Whose palate?
Brandon's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an IPA. Damn it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yay.
I know Steve likes the next one because we've had it together and you're like me. It's
Yeah.
whatever.
Drink almost everything.
Pretty much.
I'm getting better about it, but it's still not.
We're slowly bringing you to the dark side.
Yeah,
Or,
it's-
in the case of an IPA, the light side.
In this case, the dark side's in his hand.
Yeah.
So, well, not currently. But
On the table.
Hey, now it is. Son of a bitch. Drink your beer.
Great radio.
It is.
Actually,
the live stream.
He's got time to actually drink it today.
He does.
I do.
He doesn't have to flap his gums so much.
He has less to do.
Oh, yeah, I get to sit here, drink a beer, and listen to a movie review.
Right. So those that are also sitting at home and drinking a beer and listening to, or about to listen to a movie review, the live stream is up. If you want to watch it, we're Facebook Live. That is in our Facebook page.
Yay!
Hey, look at that. He's been practicing, this fella. But yeah, you can also catch us on the Twitter pages. And the Instagrams.
And the Tiki-Takis.
And the Tiki-Takis. At Clearly Podcast on all of those. And then also find our Fans of Facebook group on the Facebook pages. And we have a lot of things in the work over the next few months.
There's a little bit that's been grinding away for a while that should all come to fruition soon.
It should.
Hopefully.
I think that by the end of 2021, we're going to be a completely different entity.
Damn it.
So, we are drinking bottles this week for the first one and cans for the second one. But make sure that if you are drinking along with us, you take the pop top off of your can and you save it. When you get enough, send them to us or we'll come and get them from you. Each one of those equals 1 minute of chemo treatment when they are recycled. And we have a whole bag of them going thanks to our buddy Shane, who donated quite a bit.
Yeah, a mountain of them.
A mountain. And we've been adding to it. So.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't drink or who aren't drinking currently, first, start. Second, any pop tabs or anything like that.
It's not just beer.
Yeah, just aluminum cans that have a tab to open them.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter. It could be pop, Red Bull, beer.
Did he say Red Bull or Bread Bowl?
It sounded like Bread Bowl.
I thought he said Bread Bowl.
But he said
and
Red Bull.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around how a Bread Bowl would have a pop top.
Actually,
that's what this is.
There's a little pop top on a bread bowl because they cut the top of it off, hollow it out, put your soup inside, put the top back on it. There's a pop top.
Hold on.
I am not saying you are wrong. I am saying that my head imagined aluminum and it did not make sense.
Can I just hear you say soup one more time?
Soup.
He didn't say it the same way.
Sorry.
The first time he was like, soup. I was like, whoa. It was awesome.
Have you never heard Easy Talk before? Everything is different.
It sounded like the way he said the word was someone physically scooping it out with a ladle.
Soup. You scoop it out and you drop the soup in.
There it is.
Scoop the soup.
It's scoop the soup. Little scooper. It's another easyism.
All right.
So many.
Goes up there with lap, crick, and
Oh, yeah.
You know what? There's a T-shirt idea. On the front, it just says easyism. On the back, it's all of them.
You're going to need a bigger shirt.
Well, one your size.
Yeah. And really small font.
Yeah, I was going to say, it'll just be really small font. And if you're skinny, you can't read it. If you're easy size, perfect.
Yeah.
For like Brandon and I, that's really small type. Yeah. I mean, we're talking like 4 times New Roman. Just itty bitty.
We're just going to send free magnifying glasses with it.
Right. And that is one of the things that I'm holding.
And Dakota rings.
Dakota,
the hell does that say?
A ring?
Yeah, Dakota
You don't need
rings.
a Facebook app.
It's been a minute since Dakota
Google
rings were a thing.
It's going to be your friend.
Cracker Jacks and Ovaltine.
That was nice the second time. First time was okay.
You know what I'm saying? Hear that asshole talking shit? Just throw 2 in there.
Damn it.
Also,
Yes, I did.
Also, the chat room is up and running. So,
Hey, talk to us.
I believe our buddy Jim is in there, and our buddy Dustin's about to be there as well.
Yeah,
so.
say things. We like stuff.
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves.
Or, I mean, directly towards us, but we'll notice it soon.
Well,
No, I got it up.
easy, you'll see it.
Yeah.
JT's flipping back and forth.
can't
I know.
so much
I
see
know.
it.
You got to do a lot of more.
Well,
flipping
no,
back
it's
and
not
forth.
that. It's just on the app. It only goes to, instead of like scrolling like yours does, it stops at the bottom but says I have like 17 more to read.
So I have to refresh it?
No, I can't scroll to them.
Oh, that sucks.
I have to open it in a whole nother window. Not that I'm complaining, Spreaker. However,
That's all right. That's why I have it on my phone.
yeah,
Ideas
right.
for updates.
We multitask. We delegate and we drink.
Yeah.
So, and when
Yeah.
all else fails, we drink some more. I'm a pickle! So, that's like my battle cry now. It used to be like Spoon from Tick. Spoon! No reason. Now it's I'm a pickle! And I can kind of...
Just be impressed.
Yeah, I can kind of get the Rick growl to it.
Pickle.
I'm a pickle!
I'm just hoping that at some point in the show we can all accidentally just talk through a burp. That'd just be great.
At some point we will.
We've done it, haven't we all?
was like-
I mean, at one point in time, in the amount of time we've been doing this,
I know I have, but it
I-
wasn't in the spirit of Rick.
I don't think it's accidental.
No, it's never.
never.
Well.
Is it? Well, sometimes they creep up on you.
I mean, you kind of think it's coming. You're not always sure, but now's the word.
Yeah, it's kind of meandering around down here.
He said meandering.
So I know this is great for radio, but the live stream, your shirt makes me think of the video I threw up on the page yesterday or today.
With Pee Wee Herman?
Yes.
You mean the one that I threw up the day before?
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know you did.
Yeah, way to
I
pay
didn't see it.
attention.
Hey, you know what?
I threw it up on both.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. But it is.
now everybody can see it.
It is pretty funny. Instead of Jurassic Park, it's Pee Wee Park.
Yeah.
And every dinosaur that's supposed to be in Jurassic Park, they replaced with Pee Wee Herman from Pee Wee's Big
And
Adventure.
it's freaking hilarious.
So, like, when the Tyrannosaurus is chasing them in the Jeep, it's him on the bicycle going, ha ha ha. Or the one where the guy from Seinfeld, I can never remember his name, but the one with the flappy, spits acid and all that. Mm-hmm. It's like him poking around the tree going, ha ha.
And then when the guy's laying down trying to get the power current back on, and the Velociraptor pokes his head out, and he goes, "Clever girl." It's him going,
just smiling
at him.
Or when we're just giving away.
But wait, there's more.
But so like when they're trying to shut the door and the one's got its head in the way, it's like snapping at whoever was trying to shut the door. Mm-hmm. It's him going, "Arr, arr, arr, arr." It's so funny.
I've got to go watch that now.
It's on there 3-4 times now, so there's plenty of time to find it.
I did I don't know if you did, but I shared the actual Nerdist article in the comments.
No, I didn't. It was
so
just
you can actually go and read the whole article from Nerdist and everything.
Yeah, it was just the YouTube video.
I saw it and I'm laughing as I'm posting it, just giggling hard.
I was pooping when I posted it, so this is funny.
Insight into our lives.
I'm a pickle!
Easy, go blow an O-ring.
Came out safely. Just want to make him. One more time.
I know you're too stupid to get this, but you're really f***ing this up right now.
All right, on that note.
And here we go.
So, yeah.
So
Man,
anticlimactic.
you crawled into that. There was no enthusiasm behind that.
Well, you were hacking over there. And
I tried to get it off air.
yeah, it didn't work.
I know. Sorry.
Hold on, let me cough. All right, did that go through?
Pretty much. So the last time I did a movie review, you guys all gave me some pretty good movies.
Dun dun dun.
This time,
Dun, dun, dun.
not so much.
Really?
Not so much.
I don't even remember what I gave him.
I Am Legend.
I did give him one, didn't I?
So the 3 movies I got were I Am Legend from JT.
The text I got when he was watching that.
Really?
I want to hear it in the review.
It was,
so
right.
I'll
You'll
wait.
hear it. It was one text, and I was like, oh. Guess who's coming in third? We'll get there.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll get there.
The second movie I watched, and I did watch these in the order that they were released.
Oh, nice.
So,
Oh, mine was last then.
I Am Legend was released in 2007. Interstellar, which Brandon recommended, was released in 14. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah.
And then
Thought it was
Extraction, which was a Netflix movie that Easy recommended from last year. So,
Dude, I'm getting zero confidence in any of what he's saying right now. I'm lost.
it's Poker Face. It's Poker Face.
All right, Lady Gaga, let's go.
The like I said, the first one I watched was I Am Legend. One of the first things I noticed, and this is within the first 10, 15 minutes of the movie, and it kind of blew my mind, but there is a Batman versus Superman logo on a billboard in a building, like right off the bat.
Yep.
And like that movie wasn't released for another 9 years.
Yeah.
What the hell is it doing there?
Yep.
And I mean, seriously, like I was stuck on that for longer than I should have been. Like that is so freaking weird.
It glaringly sticks out, though.
Oh yeah,
if you know the logo, it's like what the heck? And for like the next 10 minutes, you're trying to figure out how it could be there.
You have to try to miss it.
Well,
yeah.
There's that, and then there's a very prominent part of I Am Legend that's shot in the exact same spot that the majority of the first Avengers was shot in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, but I mean, is
I wondered. I didn't know that, but I wondered that.
Yeah.
isn't the point of it that it's supposed to be like future Disturbia
Not
type?
that future, no.
No.
It takes place during a time frame of roughly 2007 to 2012.
Okay.
And it's what we would call a post-apocalyptic movie. Basically, it starts off with them talking about how they cured cancer. It was Emma Thompson, which was an odd cameo role, I thought. Dude, you've got to chill. Sorry.
Mascot is just all up in our business right now.
So, anyway, they find a cure for cancer, but as it turns out, that cure has a side effect.
No.
That's one thing to call it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to use the term zombies because they're not zombies, but
I mean,
they kind of are.
They're zombie. They're zombie-esque.
They have had at one point. He makes the comment that all humanity is gone.
Yeah.
And it's not just humans. It can affect any animal because he had lab rats because he's working on a cure for whatever this virus is. I can't remember the name of it. It was KV that they referred to it that I remember.
It's been forever since I've seen it.
COVID-19, right?
Well, yeah, thanks for making me watch this crap during the middle of a pandemic. I appreciate that.
Should have started this sooner?
Question mark? I shouldn't
3 years ago?
I shouldn't say crap. I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. There were just things that happened.
They're going to get stripped back down thanks to that text. By the way.
Yeah, probably.
There were just things that happened in it that I didn't appreciate.
Right.
So,
but
anyway.
given the time when this came out, you watch it in the theater, you watch it when it sort of comes out on DVD or Netflix or whatever, you never would have wrapped your mind around things the same way you watched it now.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Being in the middle of a pandemic.
Right. Yeah.
So,
well,
not that we have zombies, but, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, this is all three of these movies. Well, two of these movies I have to be really careful with because I don't want to give a lot away, but most of the interesting parts of them would require me to give something away.
Right.
So I'll try to tiptoe around that, but basically he's working on a cure. He has lab rats that he's working on. He has he goes out into the city because he's on, I can't remember which island.
Manhattan.
Was it Manhattan? Yeah, it was Manhattan because that was Times Square that that's right.
It was Manhattan.
Yeah. So he's on, and he's the only one that he knows of alive on Manhattan. That's not infected because he's immune, and they never really explain why he's immune.
Plot hole.
Which bugged me.
There was supposed to be a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't.
That would have been different.
So there's that.
So he's working on the cure. He's out, doing his thing, trying to, put a message out for anybody that could be out there, to meet him at a rendezvous, and he's, can shelter them or whatever. So, okay, here's the thing. Pretty early on in this movie, like after the whole, we cured cancer thing, one of the first things you see is a dog. As soon as I see this dog and I know the spirit of this movie, I was like, he did it to me.
Yep.
Like that son of a bitch. It's like,
now we're good.
I'm going to let it play out. Spoiler alert for people like me that would have liked to be warned about these types of things.
Tell him the text first.
He's got to
get the phone. He's got to get it out verbatim.
I don't remember what it was, but
I can tell you exactly what it was because it's seared in my eyes now. I forgot about that scene, honestly.
Where'd it go? Oh,
that
man.
was
you
one
forget about that scene?
I was going to say, that was one of the main scenes that I remembered from that movie.
It's been 13 years since I've seen it. I saw it in the theater.
That's one of the scenes that I will never forget
when
about
when he sent me the text, I'm like, oh, yeah. Oopsie.
Well, anything
I can't find it, man.
Anything to do with that specific
we texted
time.
Found it. What I said was, for future reference, a movie loses points with me when the dog dies.
So it's like every movie with a dog in it. All right, cool.
Most.
Yeah, most.
Yeah, and there's movies that I haven't seen and that I refuse to watch. Even if you guys recommend it, I ain't watching Marley and Me. It ain't happening. I'm not doing it.
Dude, that one's hard to watch.
Not doing it.
Ah, God,
I don't
it's
want
so
to.
hard.
Will wring your guts.
I may have been pooping when he said that one too.
You poop a lot. Happy for you, buddy.
I poop regularly.
He's full of it.
You set your watch by it?
You could.
Happy for you. That's
10 a.m. It's
nice.
pretty
I'll check in tomorrow, see if you're still on schedule.
regular.
No, it's absolutely brutal because they don't show it
Oh no, but
on screen, but
you know.
it's happening down here, and you're seeing up here for down here, up here for the video. Yeah, you're seeing his head, and it's happening, at his torso area. And
Yep.
It's gut wrenching. It's absolutely awful. I hated it. I knew it was coming. While it's happening, I'm pissed. That's actually I sent that text while that was happening.
Yeah, I figured it was all caps.
So
It's a lot of exclamation points.
yeah. So I was like, man, maybe I need to tell him. Okay, there's two ways that you're gonna totally lose my interest in a movie. Well, maybe not totally lose interest, but it's definitely gonna get knocked down a peg. I don't want to see no rape. I don't want to see no rape, and I don't want the dog to die. So
I'm not okay with the dog dying, but I can watch a movie even if that happens, but I kind of second the other one, yeah.
all this being said, it's not gratuitous. It adds to the story. It gives a very significant addition to the story.
It really does.
I mean,
unfortunately.
I couldn't fault him fully for it, but I just didn't like it. That's really all it is.
So basically what you're saying is that I cannot have you watch Where the Red Fern Grows.
Well, I've seen it.
Okay.
And no, I'm
have
never
you read it?
never watching that again. Yeah,
Oh, the book was
we had
so
to do
much
both
worse.
in the fourth grade, and when we watched the movie, I was pissed.
Fourth grade?
No
Good
old
Lord.
Yeller for you either?
That is 25
Old
fourth
Yeller?
graders bawling their eyes out.
Yep.
Man,
Yeah.
Pretty much.
What kind of sadistic teacher does that?
Ours was 5th grade, so yeah. I mean, she read it to all of us. That was our quote-unquote story time, and then we watched
Good Lord, that's...
Yeah, we watched the movie at the end of what we called 9 weeks, which was like half a semester.
Yeah.
So we finished that out, and then we watched the movie, and we were like, oh my God! And there were kids like crying at their desk. Like, if you're just kind of like sitting there dozing off or whatever, then you keep your... like, what happened? What'd I miss?
It's really quiet in here.
Yeah, I've ranted about Where the Red Fern Goes,
a few times.
grows on this show.
A few times. Well, not
Several
this
times.
specific one, but yeah.
Not this episode.
But I mean, not this iteration. It was...
Oh yeah, I have.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
I repressed it, apparently.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
But I know you
We'll
have
bring
a-
it up again in 6 months. It'll be all right.
I know. I know you did. I know you
I
did
hate
on the
that
stew
movie.
a couple of times.
I hate that movie.
First time I was like, why do you hate that movie? Then he goes off and I go, that's why you hate that movie. I hate it for that reason too.
So yeah.
Stupid Fern.
So yeah, I mean,
From
like,
the chat room, Jim, for you, 5th grade was what, 3-4 years ago?
I mean, like 5.
Close enough.
I just skyrocketed after, 8th grade. It just all happened at once.
You're a real overachiever.
No, I mean, I'll think that over and actually have a real response in a minute because it's going to take me a half a beer and quite a lot of thought to
it was
remember
16 years ago.
Shut up. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
5th grade was, yeah.
Yeah.
You're
You're
20.
roughly 10 in the 5th grade.
Oh, yeah, I'm really bad with what age I was in whatever grade. I go by... I
At
graduated...
5, dude. It's not hard.
I go by...
Yet he was adamant that no, it's not.
I go by, I graduated in 2013, and from there I went to 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, and then I just count backwards with the years. It's great. It takes a while, so thanks, Steve.
Get him an abacus because that's how long it's going to take him to figure this shit out.
Thank you, Norwich Public Schools.
Woo! Even with your weight. Oh, my God. You guys need a math class.
Anyway. Wait,
So-
let me get it.
I know you're too stupid to get this, but you're really this up right now.
That
Yeah,
one plays
basically.
so well.
It does.
I could
bud.
not have found a better sound clip for this particular show.
But really, it's nice.
So I really can't tell anything else about the movie without giving it away. I mean, it's a bittersweet ending.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
That's
Yeah,
that's
I'd agree
probably
with
the
that.
cleanest way I could put it without giving any spoilers away.
Fair enough.
So yeah, there's I Am Legend. The next movie I watched...
We spent more time on Brandon's bad math than we did on the actual movie, which I get it, though, because
Yeah. I mean, it's difficult.
Yeah.
So you
And I'm
But
kind of...
math or the movie?
Yes.
The movie, without giving stuff away.
Right.
The Interstellar is a little bit of the opposite, but I wanted to make this extremely short because this is pretty much my opinion of Interstellar.
Aww.
It is just under 3 hours of what the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah. That's the best way of explaining it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And it's so good.
I don't know any other way to describe it. I mean, that is accuracy at its finest.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Man,
That's how it goes.
I wish I was that accurate.
There's good acting in it. I'll give
Yeah.
it that.
There
were parts of it that I was like totally into. And then they have the big reveal at the end. Because again, this is another, we're trying to save the world.
Right.
Well, no, we're not. We're trying to save humanity.
Yes.
Because the world is no longer going to be inhabitable for humans.
Yeah.
So their plan is to go out to a wormhole that is in Saturn that will take them to another galaxy where they can explore other planets to find out if they are habitable for humans. And then they're going to repopulate there.
Yeah.
Whether it's with coming back and bringing people over there, plan A,
Right.
or they have fertilized embryos that they can incubate on the new planet and they can live out that way. All that, super simple to explain. Any other aspect of that movie,
Yeah. Nope.
I either didn't get it, or I didn't like it, or both.
Aww.
So, with not giving anything away, when they're on the planet that's completely covered in water, in the background you hear the tick, 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 tick. That's every tick is 1 year on Earth.
Yeah.
And
And they
a
were
lot
there
of
for 23 years.
yeah, and a lot of people missed that the first time they watched it. And I was like, how do you miss that? They literally tell you about it, but the hearing it in the background.
Yeah. Well,
It's
and
like,
that,
good Lord.
because they made such a big deal about it, and then I heard it, and I was like, okay, yeah, I get where
Just
they're
when
going with
you're
this.
hearing it, and having that knowledge going into it, and then you hear it, it's like, damn, that's some fast time. We
Yeah.
could use that right now to get through this pandemic.
Good.
It'd be nice.
I mean, I'm in.
Let's go out to a water planet that has, I don't know, 1,000,000-foot swells. That thing was huge.
That was pretty big.
We'll just bring Kevin Costner with us. We'll be all right.
Water World.
Well, see, that was the other thing I had. That was the other question I had about that
got
that
it.
particular planet. Since you brought up the water planet,
We high five a lot. I like
when
that.
they
It wouldn't work if we said anywhere else.
I know.
when they land their ship on the water planet,
Nobody cares.
do the feet actually touch something, or is it floating? Because it seems like that water is only like about a foot deep, if that.
I couldn't answer that question to you.
See, to me, that's kind of what I was thinking. In the area that they were, it was shallow, but then it is a vast, enormous everywhere else.
Well, it's like the whole planet was water.
I
Wasn't
mean,
it?
yeah, but I think there is some landmass under said water.
That was just
makes
it
sense.
does a terrible job of explaining things like that.
Plot
Yeah.
hole.
And
There's a few of them in there.
Plot hole.
well, and
Jim
It's 3
does-
hours long. How could it not have
Jim
plot
really
holes?
does not like Interstellar, according to chat right now.
do
Like a lot of
what?
Movies.
Jim does not like Interstellar.
I wanted to because I generally like Christopher Nolan. This one I just really wasn't on board
Not
with.
into
You may not be in third based off of this so far.
Yeah, I'm not
You
so
know what?
sure.
Here's what I have learned about Steve.
Okay.
Don't ever count anything out.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just saying.
Because-
based off of the first 2 reviews, you may have moved up a notch.
No. There's a really good chance that I could still be in last.
Good possibility. So
A dog died in mine.
I know,
Anything's possible.
but that was only 5 minutes of your movie, whereas the entirety of Brandon's movie, he didn't understand it.
No, I understood all but the communication.
Okay.
I mean, that's something I
Yeah.
can say without giving away. Like,
Right.
the communication, the whole explanation for it, I thought was retarded.
All right.
I
get that.
And it bugged me. It's almost like the two brothers. I can't remember. It's Christopher and
I don't remember.
I
Robin.
can't.
Jonathan
Christopher Robin.
Nolan. Is that right, Jonathan? I think.
I don't know.
I don't remember. But it's like they write this movie, so it's like one will start it and the other one will, accelerate it a little bit, and then, they're just one-upping each other.
Right.
And they get to the point to where it's just gibberish. So.
Jonathan.
Oh, I was right.
It's Chris and Jonathan.
Joe Nathan.
So, I mean...
That's how it's spelled. Sorry.
Through most of the movie, I was getting into it, but the end just kind of, I didn't like it. So.
All right.
That's fair. And the reason I recommend it is because I like movies that just take your brain and turn it to mush, but it has a nice build-up leading to that. But when it gets there, you like it or you hate it. That's one way or another. There's no in between.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the same as another Christopher Nolan movie with Inception.
Yeah.
I actually was able to follow along with it and understood it, and I kind of like that movie. It's not my favorite, but...
You need to watch Tenet.
I have not seen that.
I want to watch that.
Dude, I watched it, and it's... By the end of it, you're going, what the...
Can somebody...
Can I get my 3 hours back?
I've heard that.
No.
I've heard from literally everybody that at the end, you're just like...
Can someone recommend that, please, for me?
No.
You haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Steve hasn't seen it.
All right.
So we'll see it together.
Yeah.
It is so good, though.
The view
because
of it.
It's you're so lost through the entirety of the movie, then you get the last 15 minutes, and everything clicks.
Yeah.
But you're still, what the...
I don't remember who the secondary, for whatever reason, the secondary actor is, but the main one is
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson, that's who. The main one is Denzel's son.
I can't ever think of his name.
James David.
Thank you. He was in...
He was in Ballers.
Ballers with The Rock, yeah.
Yep.
Which I was upset to hear that HBO stopped that.
Well, the Rock stopped that because he took on the XFL.
Oh, that makes sense.
He didn't have time.
Got it.
He was doing real ball.
And he's got his tequila company he's running as well, so...
That, and I saw he's going to have a real life special. It's going to be on NBC later this month or next month. It's basically the life of Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
It's like Young Sheldon, but with Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Little Rock or something like that.
Like that.
It's just literally what it's called. Big Rock, Little Rock, medium-sized rock. It's a pebble. I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
It's a boulder.
So they're going to have Kevin Hart in it?
Mole. So,
Pebble?
Pebble. Doesn't have the same ring to
No, it doesn't.
Nah.
No.
All right. So
then,
on to 3.
So then watched last year's Netflix movie Extraction, and it has Thor.
Thor himself.
It has Chris Hemsworth. It has that dude that's in a bunch of stuff, and I don't ever remember his name.
That guy.
Jim Harbaugh.
He's in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Among others.
He was also the most recent Hellboy.
And
He was, and he's also in Black Widow whenever they released that.
And he is
maybe.
Those are the only two white guys.
May is the official date on it.
Those are the only two white guys in the movie. Everybody else is Indian.
Because it takes place.
Well, no, I'm not saying that doesn't make sense.
That part of the world.
I just don't know what their names are. And I don't know. Well, there was that one older guy that was the sniper guy.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've seen him in stuff, so it's like he plays the obligatory, old Indian guy.
Man, you weren't kidding. I can't pronounce any of these names.
I'm telling you.
That's awesome.
So
I am like 19 deep, and I can pronounce 2. One is Chris Hemsworth. Oh, Rob Collins. There's one.
there you go.
Wayne Blair, Adam Bessa, and then I lose it
again.
Basically, a drug lord who is currently incarcerated has his son gets abducted by another crime lord. I don't know. I don't know if he's into drugs or if they're rivaled that way or if it's just crime. But anyway, his son gets abducted.
You're right there, B.
And
got to the bottom.
In there.
You didn't drink it fast enough.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I got the...
Yeah, I've got the same amount that you
do. You get the sludge.
Right.
All right, to that.
I've watched too many shows in the meantime. Oh, I didn't even see it. Sorry.
Clearly.
Okay. I've seen too many shows in the meantime.
I
don't remember.
Sorry. He's flipping
While Brandon dies.
Yeah. Bottoms up.
If we can't fire him, let him get off the show another way.
Yeah.
One more time.
If we can't fire him, he can get off the show another way.
There it is.
Well, here's what I have to say. No.
Oh, Rick.
That was forced.
It didn't feel forced, but I do feel relieved.
So there's that.
All right.
All right.
Moving on.
So anyway, drug lords. Woo! I don't remember how it all went down, but Chris Hemsworth, his character gets hired to extract the
Oh, weird.
drug lord's son out of Bangladesh.
Wow.
And there is a crap ton of point blank range shooting. And when that doesn't work, I mean, with various kinds of guns. I mean, there's like rifles and pistols and whatever else. It don't matter. He's shooting like 2 inches away from their face several times to kill like everybody. And when that don't work, he gets out his old trusty knife and,
Goes to town.
yeah, just, neck, head, face, whatever.
It's like, what, an hour, 50 minutes?
Just under 2.
And like an hour of it is that shootout. It's pretty lengthy, however long it is.
Yeah, well,
Crikey, knifed him.
I mean, it's
Knifed him.
it's your standard rescue mission,
Right.
ultra gory action movie. I've got nothing negative to say about it.
No.
It's
It's really well done for a lengthy gun battle. It's really well done.
Yeah. Well, and for an action movie on the whole, where I recognize one guy, I mean, it really did. It held my interest pretty well. So,
Right.
but it's it's your standard action movie. There's not a whole lot more you can really say.
No, I mean, it was. I think it was a really well done movie. It was written by Joe Russo amongst a couple others. So, I mean, they already have a relationship there.
And I remember seeing his name in the credits. Why do I know that name?
Because him and his brother
Russo
Anthony
brothers?
did a majority of the Captain America movies. Plus, they did both Infinity War and Endgame.
Okay. That's
The Russo brothers.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah. And they also starred in almost every one of their movies. They had a part in.
Yeah.
Well,
Joe and
Anthony,
the other Russo.
Yeah.
That's how I remember it.
Pretty much. That's how I was with Christopher and Jonathan. No,
Joe Nathan.
Joe Nathan. That's how it's spelled. Y'all laugh like I'm making fun of it. I pronounce it like I read it.
Yeah, the one thing about Extraction though that I meant to mention this earlier, but I forgot. It pulls the whole Breaking Bad shtick.
Yeah, a little bit.
It shows you, the end, and then goes back to the beginning and shows everything in.
Yeah.
Which that
kind of like the entire Memento movie.
No,
it's
no.
different.
I get why you would say that
because everything's
by
played
that
in reverse.
connotation. Yeah, but it's not like
But
that.
yeah,
It's-
no, I figured it was just the end and then everything leading up to the end.
It was. So this is where we're at. Let's show you how we got there.
There's a lot of movies that do that.
It's kind of common, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
action movies mainly.
I don't really recall, and I could be wrong. I probably am. I don't recall seeing that nearly as much until Breaking Bad.
Maybe.
It's very infrequent, though.
Fallen did that.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Fallen.
Okay, yeah.
There's a few movies
A
before,
one-off,
but
yeah.
yes, since Breaking Bad came out, more and more movies and shows have gone to doing that. You're correct.
Yeah, and
that
I
I've
mean-
noticed.
And thing is not all, but most episodes of Breaking Bad did it well. And there was nothing wrong with the way that it was done in Extraction. It was like, oh, that technique.
right.
That's a little used.
But
that.
there were some decent twists that happened there toward the end that I had to give them some props for.
Right.
It's like, I mean, even though you kind of know what's going to happen, you're like, I didn't see that happening.
That's a little twist.
And the rumor I heard is that there is going to be an Extraction too.
Oh, what a twist.
It was way more popular than they expected. And Hemsworth had said, from what I was reading from, I think Looper is where I read it, that if it's popular, let's roll.
Well,
So-
and it was ambiguous, intentionally ambiguous at the very last shot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because could have been, it could have not.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there as to who's going to return, who isn't, how they're going to continue the story, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the mystery could have been anybody.
Yeah.
But
But no, it was.
You're kind of led to think that it's
on the whole.
Right.
The movie was done very well, in my opinion.
So is it one of those endings where it's like son of a bit credits?
No, no.
Okay, good.
It's a kind of a fade to black, but it leaves you kind of going,
So kind of like Inception in a way.
Nah.
No, Inception's more like, what the F did I just credits? Extraction's more like...
Is it credits?
Extraction's more like, credits.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's the only one I haven't seen, unfortunately.
Come in focus, you bastard!
Yep.
Yeah.
Walk 15 feet closer. Put a light on him. Quick! Damn it, credits.
Son of a...
So, that's, me not trying to give too much away on these movies, but still giving you some sort of idea what they are.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
As far as ranking goes, this was a little tougher for me. Well, I mean,
nice.
The last time it was tough because
they're all three good movies.
I liked the movies.
This one's tough because they're subpar.
I didn't hate any of them.
Just don't know what to think.
But the one that I would say that I liked the least, shock, Interstellar.
How's it feel coming in last, you jerk?
Sorry, dude.
Subpar.
Kind of gets you in the feels, doesn't it? Try getting to 3 weeks in a row.
And
We'll see.
just to throw everybody for a complete and total loop, didn't see this coming. Number 2 is probably Extraction.
Wow.
See, this is why you just leave it up to Steve. You don't really guess.
Wow.
Merciless.
Did I take first 2 weeks in a row?
Even though I complained about it the most.
Finish him.
What's high score mean? Did I break it?
No, because he has that.
It's a line from Grandma's Boy.
For anyone else, I pointed at Steve.
Way to play the home game.
So yeah, I am Legend was, and like I said, the thing that I hated the most about it
Was the dog.
was not gratuitous.
I get
It
it.
added a valuable aspect to the story.
Yep.
So
And that's why it didn't detract from the movie. It sucked. But it wasn't gratuitous. It added to it.
right.
So
Oh yeah, exactly. And I took that into consideration. I'm like, I'm not just gonna fail a movie because the dog dies, but
I mean, I wouldn't blame you.
it does get knocked down a peg or two.
Damn
like-
good dog too.
Yeah, it was. A very good dog.
And then
He was
why is it like the whole movie he calls it Sam, and then as it's dying he's like Samantha? Like, and why that matters to me?
Because it was a
shouldn't.
lady dog.
I don't know why it matters to you.
It shouldn't. It absolutely shouldn't.
But it apparently hit.
It's only like
Maybe because you realize how much more impactful that dog is to him.
I mean,
well, and the worst was actually the next day when he goes up to the mannequin and he's like, told my friend that I was going to say hi to you today, and he was like, say hi back. Say hi back. That scene.
oh yeah, that one's.
I mean, it was a great scene. It was a great scene.
It
Yeah,
was.
but it was tough.
gut-wrenching.
It was,
It was
tough.
gut-wrenching
It's-
scene. Yeah.
It's tough.
But that's why, because even though things happened in it that I didn't like, it was supposed to be things I didn't like, and the acting was really good in it.
So I completely forgot about that particular part, but when you say that, it just makes me think, and because I have a child, it's more recent, but Frozen 2, little Olaf's walking around, and he's like,
Samantha,
Elsa?
is that you?
Anna? Kristoff? Samantha? I don't even know Samantha. He said Samantha, and I was like, oh!
I haven't seen Frozen 2. I saw the first one.
I mean, honestly, they're both decent.
Right, no, I
It's not
like the
bad.
first one, yeah. I mean, I like most of the movies I watch with my son, so.
Right. But yeah, no, that's what made me think when he said Samantha.
Right, no, I get it.
Have you seen the Funko Pop of Samantha? It's just an empty box.
That's great.
Is it like the Funko Pop Manti Teo's ex-girlfriend or whatever?
Yeah.
Empty box.
That's just cruel.
He's the one that made it up.
I mean, yeah, but hit him while he's down.
That's who tackled Daniel Jones last year. Came out of the stands and sniped him.
Yeah.
You didn't see
Funko
that?
Pop.
Daniel Jones, quarterback for the Giants, was nobody near him. 15, 20 yards away from him, and he's on an 80-yard sprint and just sniped and just bites
the
it.
turf came up and...
Oh, he tripped for a good 20 yards.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was the most... I mean, if there was ever a flop in NFL,
No, that was not
a flop.
That was not a flop.
The flop means something different than what I think you're thinking.
Yeah, flop means a fake fall.
That was legit. He tripped.
And then you baby it for a while.
Well,
No, he tried to save it.
he tried to save it.
I know, but
30
I was
yards.
saying flop. Like when you flop, you fall, and you're like, "Oh, it's the worst pain ever!" And then the refs come out, and you're like, "No, I'm good. I'll walk off."
That's soccer. That's soccer.
is-
Basketball,
that is
they hit the ground and they immediately look at the ref like, I got it.
They
was
they
that
look at the
dude's
ref,
name?
and then it's just arms wide, like, "What? Come on!"
Yeah.
What was that dude's name for the Bengals? Was it Jerome Simpson? Where a dude
Yeah.
brushed by him?
Oh my God, yes.
It was funny. And I think that was the intention, was to be funny. Even though he did get a flag out of it.
I don't think that was the intention, honestly.
Dude, brushes by him barely, and he just wow, like he got shot. It was hilarious.
Like he got hit with 220 volts. Just
Their
electrified
jerseys touched, maybe. And you would think the dude hit him with a sawed off at point blank.
him. Dude ran by, smelled his BO, and he got offended.
Yeah.
It was pretty
Oh, that's harsh.
But yeah, with Daniel Jones, the interviews afterwards, they were like, what happened? He's like, truthfully, I tried to run much faster than what I am, and my head got ahead of my body.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
When I was like 6.
Yeah.
You're like, I got him down.
And he tried to save it for, like Steve said, a good 20 yards. And then just bit it.
That was pretty funny, too. That was a good
We were
one.
watching it live, and I just remember yelling, Sniper! Sniper! That was great.
Gotta love those.
All right, let's get back to the movies.
Wow.
All right.
Well, so what's the order for... I mean, last time I picked a movie, I took dead last, so I guess I'm
Hey.
picking last.
First goes first.
Don't look at me. I got last.
Right, I know. I'm
Well,
looking
you're
at-
not picking a movie for
you're
yourself.
not.
I know, so that's why
I swear.
So
He doesn't know how to play this game.
he doesn't, even though he's usually the subject.
I'm an unwilling participant. I'm just here.
So are we going with what we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Why not?
So we got a theme coming out of the break. We figured we'd give you a theme.
Okay.
Something a little different.
All right.
We're not going with a specific actor. We're going with
A genre?
Kind of.
ish movies that are. Yeah, Pepper jumps up
I
like
said genre and Pepper went ginger?
Yeah. Bacon. She looks right at easy.
Well, I mean,
I
bacon,
get it.
fat,
I get
you
it.
know.
Ooh, I was just gonna say the dude likes to eat. Pepper, sit for crying out loud.
He smells like food.
So we're gonna go with movies that are music based,
Oh, okay.
and they have to be actual live action movies.
So they can't be musicals, or they can be musicals.
Is that the dog's
That was
head?
the dog's
Excuse
head.
me, I left my
Good
zipper down.
Lord.
What the hell you
God,
did,
you
sir?
wish. I wish
That was more
somebody
of
I hope the audio actually picked that up, because that was great.
I so wish Aaliyah was here to hear her cackle in the background when he said that. Anyway, that was one of the discussions that we had, and I don't know if we really came to an agreement on that.
So, my
Did any
thing-
of us pick a musical?
I
No.
didn't, but
It's moot.
Okay, it's a moot point.
Moving on.
So,
I gotta get my writing utensil.
you do.
My handy dandy notebook.
So I threw out a bunch, and I'm glad I get to go first because there's that. There it is.
Because reasons. Yeah.
There's reasons and stuff and things and
Because I'm a pickle.
So, man, do I want to go with A or B? Have you seen...
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, maybe I want to go with that one.
Today, Junior.
Almost Famous.
No.
Was that yours?
Wow!
Was that yours?
Took one right off the board, I guess.
All right, well.
No, I was looking for the DVD. I thought I had it, but again, I don't. Was that Audible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, sorry. I thought I said that under my breath.
You're the audio engineer, bud.
Yeah, you said it under your breath. Right here.
It happens.
Tis true.
All right, so do you need time to recover from that? Or?
I'm last anyway, so don't
Oh,
matter.
okay, cool.
Have you seen That Thing You Do?
No. For those of you playing the home game,
That's a double bird.
awesome.
A double bird. and
Those
a
of you
high
not
five.
those of you not watching the live stream, you've got about 10 seconds to tune in.
That's fantastic.
What was it called again?
I mean, seriously?
That thing you do.
That thing you do.
So that's my number 1 and number 2 pick.
Oh, not me. I got a pig hollering contest over in the next county, and I'm going to win me that blue ribbon. It's from that movie.
So I have a question for you guys.
Sir.
Does the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou fit
Absolutely.
this?
I think so.
Have you seen it? You have.
Sorry, buddy.
Nodding does not
3.
work for the radio audience.
Oh
Si,
for
senor.
3.
Si, senor.
Uh,
I threw out 5 examples and I didn't use any.
I
of them.
was super young when I saw it, but yes, I have seen it. I know enough to
I
ruin
had,
the movie.
man, I had good ones, but didn't expect them all to get taken.
All right.
Is there a viewer pick?
Well,
Okay.
yes and no. There's not a musical themed one. They're just pulling off the wheel this week.
All right.
But that's not the one I wanted. I want this one.
It's good for radio.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Whoa! Tail does not feel like a tail.
You're getting hit with the tail, and I'm getting poked by the nose. We're on the length side of the table, not the width. Right? We can't even touch. We cannot touch fingers across the table. And yet my dog is smacking both of us.
So the listener,
Out of context.
I was just trying to fill air.
the listener pick from Johnny is going to be the Lady Killers.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
I left my wallet in El Segundo. Oh, that's what I remember for that movie.
The Laddie Killers.
The Lottie Killers.
The Laddie Killers.
That's an odd movie.
Great.
Not a bad one.
Oh, okay.
Just not what you would expect from certain actors that are in it.
Oh, I don't mind that.
Right. Like I said, not a bad one. I liked it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, it was good.
you also like that one movie that I hate, but it's fine.
Dude. Really? Every time. Every time you go back to Swingers.
I was trying not to say the name this time.
We're talking about the movie that shall not be mentioned.
Well, I mean, when you say, well, to its credit, I thought this, and I'm like, yeah, but you thought so much higher of the one that I absolutely didn't care for, so accreditation kind of goes
All
on
right,
that.
fine, we'll do this. Have you seen Empire Records?
No.
Okay.
That was the other one. I was
I've seen
thinking about going.
Empire, but I haven't seen Empire Records.
Yeah, from 1995.
I was one. Maybe.
It is not a free one. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to that by now.
I try.
I know you do, and I commend you on it, but you don't have to.
Doesn't always work out for me.
$3 more isn't going to mean anything when I'm already paying otherwise. Ooh, strong backswing.
Man, that's like the most I've struggled for a movie. Like,
It is. It
crazy.
really is.
I think I'm getting kind of thirsty.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I'm just scratching at the table here because there's nothing to drink. So
That doesn't make any sense.
it's just something to keep me occupied.
Fridge is over there.
Yeah, but the beer is
Actually on
down
the
there.
floor.
Too bad the beer's right here.
Son of a bitch! Give me a drink!
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
I've seen this one.
Yay!
Screw you, Easy.
8-bit. 8-bit. 8-bit.
Why do you look at it so defeated?
No. I was one. I didn't get to open it, and 2, I'm just trying not to get a whole buttload of foam everywhere because she's already on me like white on rice for some reason.
I
don't
gotta
need to
give
be
her a bath anyway.
covered. No,
not
I don't
just
need to
you.
be covered in foam because she's gonna be licking up all this foam.
No, it's not just you. She's been licking my feet for like 10 minutes, dude.
Oh, so good.
So I went with my second beer from Tallgrass Brewing Company. Used to be out of Manhattan. Now they're in collaboration with Wichita Brewing Company. Wichita Brewing Company actually brews all their beers now. But I got 8-bit Pale Ale, which is just a plain old Pale Ale.
Yeah, it tastes like a pale ale to me.
Yeah, there's nothing really special about it except the can looks like Pac-Man,
Oh, it's so
which
good.
makes the beer even better
The old can was better, though.
because it was a pounder.
Well, that,
Yeah.
and there was more to it. Like
More
the
to it, yeah.
more 8-bit goodness in more ways than one.
Those old arcade. But yeah, no, this to me it just tastes like a standard.
It's pretty
pale
hoppy.
ale.
It's
I mean, yeah, that's what I taste. A lot of hop, a lot of bitter. that's really all the characteristics I have for it. I mean, honestly, it's not too bad for sure.
No, it's a tasty treat, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I will say this. I mean, of the two that we've had tonight, I will drink the 8-bit all day long over an oatmeal stout. But
I mean, I'm
agree.
not a huge fan of pale ale as it is. I'm fine with it now. I used to absolutely hate it, but yeah, I'd definitely still take the pale ale over the oatmeal. It might have been because I smelled it first, honestly.
I don't know. I mean, I've had oatmeal stouts, and that one's pretty middle of the road for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've had better, I've had worse.
Yeah.
When it comes to an oatmeal stout.
To me, if we're thinking oatmeal stouts, I'm pretty sure it was Buffalo Sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buffalo Sweat.
Buffalo
makes a
Sweat
really,
to me is
really
just
good one.
ooh, it's just creamy. It's
I like
lovely.
the vanilla one.
See, and
I like them both.
don't.
I like the vanilla.
I like them both. They each have their own characteristics, but honestly, I like them both either way. So, but I'm also I like a smoother, creamier beer rather than a kind of punch you in the face. Actually, inversely so, I do like sours, so those punch you in the face.
Oh, absolutely, and those are the best ones.
So I can't really.
They're just disgusting.
Oh, come now.
I'm on opposite ends of the spectrum. There's no middle ground for me. This is like, it's a beer, but I'm mostly opposite ends.
Sure thing.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know how to do the sound clips, or I'd have him start the
I was going to
top
say,
five.
yeah, I would start the top 5, but our
Top
mascot
5.
has occupied Justin, so.
That's okay. We can
not do that.
I swear.
Trying to hold back from doing that, actually.
We're going to lose listeners because of Perez.
Ready, set.
Your top 5, let's go!
So this week's top 5 is brought to you by yours truly. So I actually did another one of the kind of get to know you questions, but it wasn't by any means anything that is emotionally intensive. It's just kind of, I don't know, funny random questions to ask. Hence the name of the podcast tonight, if those of you who haven't seen it, but will see it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. So
random fuckery.
Yes. But since I found the questions, I put them together, stuff like that, I'll answer them first because I've had time to think about it. And then we can go in whatever order you guys want to. I don't care.
You choose.
All right. So we'll figure that out as we go. Good point. So the first one
I got.
is, and this one's my lengthiest one, what is the dumbest way you've been injured?
Well, that's topical.
So... So, for those of you who...
Define dumbest.
Where you just... Okay, after you got injured or after the pain died down a little bit, you're kind of just like, I'm stupid. Why didn't... I could have prevented that. I didn't.
Yeah,
Or...
I have one.
Not really narrowed it down to me yet.
Stop doing stupid shit.
I know.
Oh no! As soon as he asks the question, I got one answer for this, and it's going to remain that I need to get my buddy Colin from Texas up here.
Oh, is this the same story we had a couple weeks back? All right.
It's pretty damn dumb.
All right. So anyway, mine, for those of you who remember a few shows back, by the way, if you do remember this, thank you for being a dedicated listener, or at least tuning in a second time. Anyway, this one was the story of me breaking my arm. It's got a couple parts. My current girlfriend, Aaliyah, I had known her for all of 5 or 6 days, and she was into longboarding. I always wanted to try it. I never had a longboard, never had $100 to throw at something I can injure myself on. So instead, I eventually found someone who had one. And the first time, I actually went through the steps of preventing this. This is what makes it so dumb.
Right.
So, you're supposed to either just ride along, chilling on a longboard, or you can take it down a hill. Just be careful with it.
Chilling out, maxing, and relaxing, all cool.
Shooting some people outside of the school.
Right, a couple of guys are up to no good.
Start making trouble in my neighborhood. So
Did you
anyway.
say people? Did you say people?
What?
Did you say shooting some people outside of the school?
Shooting some b-ball.
Yes.
I mean, it's
He said
Philadelphia.
people.
It's what it sounded
It is
like.
Philadelphia.
Sure wasn't Detroit?
That's what it sounded like he said. I was like,
Trying to make a
messed
trouble
up,
in my
man.
neighborhood. One little foot, my mom got scared. She had me, you're not going to that there.
So anyway, pulled up to a house about 7 or anyway.
We could go on for days.
Yeah, we really could. So I went through the steps of preventing this. I actually grabbed onto her vehicle to see roughly what mile an hour I would be at when I got speed wobbles. The first time I got it.
No, not good.
Hold on, you went back to the future and grabbed onto the Jeep?
I was outside the driver door, but yes, I grabbed onto the vehicle. But this isn't the stupid part. This was actually trial and error. So at 10 miles an hour, I got my first set of speed wobbles. I regained balance, smoothed it out, and then at about 25 miles an hour, I got my second, and I was like, okay, this is really fast. Please slow down. So, of course, she slowed down. So about 2 days later, for those of you who are familiar with the Wichita area, driving East Kellogg, there is a cemetery on the right side of the road.
Big old cemetery.
Right past Hillside.
Calvary.
Okay, Calvary. There's a giant hill running westbound at a downward slope right next to that cemetery.
Yes.
Yep, right along Kellogg.
So at about 3 a.m., because we didn't have sleep schedules during the first round of everything shutting down.
Right.
We were like, well, we can't sleep. Why don't we just go longboarding again? All right, cool. Why not?
Let's go get speed wobbles.
Yeah, and I was like, I know the perfect spot. I don't know why I never thought of this before. It was my idea. So we get there, and I was like, you want to go first because you actually know what you're doing, or you want me to go first? And she's like, well, I mean, you found the spot. And I was like, all right, that's fair. So, if I get injured, we don't do it again. Cool. And that's where... Yeah. And so
You know how gravity works, right?
Vaguely.
You know what terminal velocity is, right?
I found out.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, he does now.
So, basically, through the top quarter of the hill, it's kind of gravelly paved.
Yeah.
You know when you see an injury on TV and you get the tingles through your legs?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I just got those thinking about what's about to happen. I mean, I got him right behind my knees.
So
I got one knee that's feeling it and an arm that's about to feel it.
So for the first fourth of it, it's like that gravelly concrete where you're like, when you ride over it. Yeah, it's asphalt. And then there's a small speed bump that's not meant to be a speed bump, and then it's just glass. Super
it's
smooth.
concrete at that point.
Super smooth. Yeah. And so right after I get over that, and it's just concrete, I get a little bit of wobble, and I'm like, no, I can smooth this out. This is fine. And then I keep going. And then,
why did I hear Morgan Freeman in my head all of a sudden?
Brandon did not figure this out.
And that was the time that he lost an arm. So basically, I get maybe 2 seconds later, and I'm already hitting the second round of speed wobbles. In hindsight, I'm going at least 25 miles an hour. In the moment, I'm like, no, I can smooth it out. We're good. And so I smoothed that out. I got a third. I don't know how fast I was going, but I got a third set of speed wobbles.
You were going faster.
You hit 88 miles an hour.
Are you telling me that you made a time machine?
On either side of me, there was grass to jump off into, but I was pretty much straight down the middle of the road. So when I would try to lean one way, I would go, and I would get the speed wobbles back.
Steve's having PTSD flashbacks.
And so,
you need me to hug you, buddy? Hold on to you while you hear
and
this.
So, okay, here's the dumb part. For whatever reason, I'm like, Flash! And I jump off, I push the board backwards, which normally, if it was flat, I would have already lost my balance and landed face first. Unluckily, it's a slope, so I have plenty of time to recontrol my body and put my feet up underneath me, and I'm like, I'm gonna make it. It was just
way to be Barry Allen.
As soon as my foot actually hit pavement, slingshot right into the pavement, and of course, instead of rolling out, I try to catch myself.
And in that moment, Brandon realized he was not Barry Allen.
And I had the most disgusting road rash.
It was pretty bad.
All over my hands. I've still got pictures of it. And
he sends me a text with just his hands, and he was like, so I had a bad night. I was like, oh, dude, that is nasty. He's like, not the worst part.
And so I get up, and I'm like, ow, that kind of hurts. Everything's sort of numb and tingly. And I reach down to pick up the board with my right hand, and I'm like, I can't grip that. Oh, God. I know that feeling. Son of a... So I pick it up with my left hand, and I walk over to the car, kind of hobbly and bleeding everywhere. And she's like, "Are you okay? You okay? Oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I broke my arm. We need to go to the hospital." And she's like, "Wait!" And I'm like, "Yeah, I broke it. I can't do this."
She's having a normal panic to what she just saw, and you're just calm as can be in shock. Just, yeah, no, my arm's broken.
Well,
Guess
okay,
we gotta go.
My first thing is, I know what a break feels like.
Yeah.
I know what I have to do. I'm kind of pissed about it, but I had it coming for what I did.
Right.
As soon as I flew off the board, I'm like, well, this is gonna suck. And I'd accepted it by the point I made impact.
So when the third speed wobble started, did Celine Dion start playing in the back of your head? My heart will go on. Just near far.
It was at this moment that Brandon realized he up.
And so, yeah, like I said, I got to the car and I'm like, yeah, we need to go to the hospital. And she's like, why? Because of the blood? And I'm like, no, I broke my arm. She's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I broke it. How do you know? I know. Just we need to go to the hospital.
Been there, done that.
So, yeah, I cleaned up, went to the hospital. Surprise, I broke my arm. Needed surgery to fix it.
Yeah.
A bunch of rehabilitation. And I still get fun little clicks, arthritis, and all sorts of random pains nowadays. So that's my story.
Dude, wait 20 years.
Wait till he's our age.
You'll be on our boat.
Yep.
All right, who's going next?
I can. Mine's short and sweet to the point.
That's fine, yeah. Mine was super long.
So, I want to say I was, let's see, round 10, 9 or 10.
Round 7 or 8.
This is back when we still lived in Wichita. And where my house was and where me and my dad were working, literally it's kitty corner. I mean, it's across the street and down 3 houses.
Caddy corner.
Kitty corner.
Kitty corner, gotcha. Kitty sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Caddy
what
corner.
we were kitty corner.
Gotcha.
So we're across the street down 3 houses.
I'm trying to translate.
It's all right.
Yeah, no, I got you. I got you, brother.
Friends of ours' houses, Dad was replacing the soffit vents and the fascia.
The vents and the what?
The soffit vents and the fascia.
Soffit vents.
And fascia. It's roof.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just heard soffit vents, and I'm like, what the is that?
At first, I thought he said the south of the fence and fascia.
That's what I thought. And I was like, what does the fence have a fascia? Yeah, sorry.
So Dad's...
I'm trying to... Decoder ring can only click so many times. You know?
So Dad's pulling this down. It's laid out in the backyard. And one of the boards is... Actually, a whole handful of the boards are laying there face up with nails poking through.
Oh, I've done this before.
And my dad literally tells me, hey, those are right there. If you need to do something, walk around. 5 minutes goes by. What do? Walk through. I step right down on one. Oh. And I'm wearing my dad's old original Converse Auto Stars.
Oh, you're in some good shoes.
Yeah.
High tops.
Them chucks are going to save you.
And
or not.
I step right through and it goes straight to the bottom of the shoe into the ball of my foot.
Oh, yeah. Right in the balls.
I yelp, pull my foot off of it.
As one would.
And run home.
No. You did not run.
Actually, this is back in the day when I could run.
He was 10.
Yeah.
This was before the Velcro knee.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
I run home. I blow through the front door. My mom's like, what? And I tell her what happened. And go into the front bathroom, pull my shoe off, pull off my almost knee-high sock because it was that time of, my life.
Yeah.
And the entire bottom of my sock literally is already just completely soaked through. It was just a giant puddle of red in the bottom of this shoe.
Nice.
And here comes my dad, like a good 30, 40 steps behind me.
He's like, get back here!
Yeah.
Son!
It's like, what did you do? And I was like, I told him. He's like, I told you not to do this. I go, no. Get over here.
That's why I ran.
And so for like a good week and a half, every day, got home, had to soak my foot in Epsom salt and hot water until it healed up enough to where it wasn't bleeding or wasn't infected. But it was the dumbest thing I ever could have done.
Yeah. Epsom salt is a reluctant but welcome smell. Because it always comes with healing, but I'm already pissed I have to use it.
I used to take an Epsom salt bath after every track meet because I needed it.
Yeah, I bet. You ran a lot.
I did.
I just wish I could find a bathtub big enough that I could soak in one now.
Yeah, they make those. They're called pools.
I was going to go with horse trough, but pool works better. You can move around a little bit. You started
Stuff I go through to be on this show.
I was gonna say hot tub, but the water displacement might not factor in.
No, I can get in a hot tub. If I go to
Can
my
you, can you
folks,
submerge in a hot tub?
up to mine. All depends on the hot tub.
See,
Can anybody else get in with you?
But when I say pool, you know that you've got the room.
You know you got this.
And they're actually redoing Ailey's pool right now, so I mean that would actually work out in my favor.
See?
Ruh-roh.
Over here with ideas, you guys are just criticizing.
Boom. Mic drop moment.
But yeah, that was probably the dumbest.
Dude,
way
I
of me
can't
getting
imagine
hurt.
how bad that would feel too, especially at 10 when you have no idea.
Yeah, and it's not like the bottom of these chucks had any like real like stopping
Right.
power.
Yeah, they still have nothing. But
No.
yeah.
No, but I mean, you know something happened, and you know it was probably a nail, but you've never felt that before.
Yeah.
You've never
And then to be
had that much pain
and to take off and haul ass home.
and not feel it the entire time. I'm sure.
No, I mean,
It was just heat on the
I
bottom
mean,
of your foot.
ran 150 yards in about 8 seconds
Yeah, I'm sure.
and blew through my front
I'm
door.
sure you Forrest Gumped that one. Just,
Oh yeah,
boom.
I was gone.
All right, Steve, you were
Cannonball!
Right. Oh yeah. Sorry. As soon as he got home.
I'll go ahead and go. I want to give the extremely short version of this story, just because I've told it so many times, and I really honestly do. I need to get Colin Gregory up here to tell the story because he tells it so much better. But it's similar to Brandon's story, and I'm feeling residual effects from it today because that's the ankle that's been bugging me today. I think I got arthritis in it. Yay, go me.
Well, first of all, tell him the text you sent me today.
Give him a second.
Did I send you
Grab
lots
his
of
phone.
text?
You know, but it's about what you're exactly talking about, so I should narrow it down. Good Lord, son.
Well, no, I had to remember.
What was I talking about?
Like I said, we.
Good, have another one.
So yeah,
Bigger truck.
I sent JT a text and I was like, so I jacked, we'll say, up my ankle
Yeah.
by ... New message ...
Wait for it.
Wait for it ...
I thought he was going to say the same thing that happened to Heidi. That
No.
was my initial thought.
and then come back with ... Sleeping. What the?
Yeah.
I woke up and it said, "No, not today."
I've never heard of anybody rolling their ankle from sleeping.
I've thrown out a shoulder sleeping, but that's just because slept really good and it was in one spot. Wake up the next day and it's like, cut it off.
Right.
Cut it off now.
Well, this actually happens. I don't want to say a lot, but it happens.
Yeah.
But usually what'll happen is I'll throw on my shoes, I'll walk around for a little bit, go to work, and it's not great, but eventually I'll work it out to where I'll be fine. And then whenever I stop, it'll hurt again. But as long as I'm moving around or whatever, I'm fine. Today, no. I got the big old middle finger from this thing today.
Steve's going to start going to the tape room before he even goes to bed.
Oh, jeez, that's
He's
ridiculous.
going to put on ankle braces before he falls asleep.
Well, and I mean, it had started bothering me a little bit a couple days ago, just a little bit, and Heidi, because she possibly broke her
Might as well have.
her left ankle. She's like, "Oh, it's just sympathy pains." Because the last time I injured my ankle, it was my right ankle, the one I did at softball, which was also stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sure we had a lot of these. That's why I asked.
Here's a good representation of how not to slide into a base.
Yeah. Try to decide to do it when you're, a little
Ankle
further
bone
away
first.
than 3 feet.
Yeah. Running full speed. at
Last
3
minute
minutes.
decision.
No, I thought I saw the ball. Oh, I didn't, but I thought I did.
Dude, the ball was nowhere near.
So he
Left
went
field.
So he went ankle bone first, planted it, and slingshotted into the base.
That's
Yep.
pretty close.
I go.
The ball was still in right field. They never threw the ball.
And everyone was like, "Why?"
Dude, I mean, granted, our softball team, we were all pretty close, and it was nothing to give anybody any kind of crap for anything that they did. I mean, when you strike out in slow pitch softball, we had you wear a tutu out onto the field for the next half inning. We don't, 0 F's given, right? So when he hits the ground, we're all yelling sniper. All of us are yelling sniper. The other 8 guys in the dugout are just, jumping up and down like monkeys at a zoo, man. Sniper! Sniper! And he's rolling. We're like, oh, that's not good. But he's not kidding. 3 feet from the base running full speed, he went down. And it wasn't that he rolled his ankle while running. He was trying to slide.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Didn't work.
We'll go with that story since we just told it.
You need to get Colin up here for the other one, man.
I do. The other one was like going really fast down a hill, steep hill, on rollerblades. And instead of jumping into the grass, I went straight up and hit the curb and landed on my ass ankle curb. Not good. Broke it. And I think that's, like I said, why it's hurting today.
Goosh.
Yeah.
So in the vein of your tutu that you just mentioned, I just happened to be on TikTok today. Imagine that.
What?
And
It's on that for like 3
never
hours.
on there.
Some dude was telling me a story about how
By never, I mean always.
he lost his fantasy football league, and his punishment was he had to spend a full 24 hours in an IHOP. And for every
That's a punishment.
and for every 2 pancakes he ate, he could take an hour off of his time.
Oh. So he only had wait a minute. He only had to eat 12 cakes?
No. For every 2
2
pancakes he
pancakes.
ate, he could take off an hour.
So he had to
48.
eat
So
48
if he
to go
wanted,
home.
he'd have to crush 48 pancakes.
But my thing is, you could order 48.
No.
By the time that you start
would you-
working your way down,
You order 46.
yeah, okay, that's fair.
And you're hopeful that you can do it in 2 hours.
Well, no, but by the time that you get to the point where you're like so full, you hope that you've eaten enough to whittle your time down to like an hour in the bathroom, and then you're fine.
Dude, I'm going to order 40 time. Knock off 2 hours. Okay, let's go for 4 more.
And that's what he had sat there for like 8.5. He had like 12 pancakes, and then a buddy, and
hours.
guy from
So he's at 14 at that.
one of the guys that showed up that was in the league with him, and he sat down and started eating with him. And then a manager from another IHOP had actually ordered him pancakes and sent them to him. So he just got pancakes upon and he's like, I don't want to throw up. I don't want to throw up. I don't want to throw up. I don't want to throw up.
And so if he throws up, it's null and void?
Yeah,
Or-
he's got to spend the 24.
Yikes.
If he
Fair
stops eating pancakes, then they don't count. That's time back, literally. So
That's one way to time travel.
But I mean, how did... Right? Are you telling me that you made... So, time machine out of a pancake? How do you measure how many you threw back up?
You don't. You threw
It's just,
up.
it's
then
just a reset
all-
button.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
reset back to 0.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
All that dough eventually could be a little heavy.
A little heavy, yeah. It's a weight gainer.
Yikes.
Which story do I want to tell?
Mm.
Okay,
Rolodex
so
it. Figure it out.
When I was 8, 9,
Okay.
about my son's age, we had figured out that, and keep in mind the trampolines back then did not have the netting around them.
I know this story.
And so no, you don't know this one.
Oh, there's a... Ooh, okay.
Yeah, buddy, I was dumb for a while.
Intriguing.
Still going.
There we go.
So
40 some odd years in, we're
we
still going.
figured out we could jump off of the little shed in the backyard onto the trampoline and then back up onto the shed.
Okay.
Sometimes.
We did that for a good week and a half, 2 weeks. And then we realized, well, if we move the trampoline over beside the house, Dad's ladder's right there, so we can climb the ladder, get on the house, jump off, land on the trampoline, and we're having fun or whatever.
Yeah.
So, of course, us boys being us boys, we thought, well, wait a minute, that's a tree right there. So if we jump off the house, onto the trampoline, into the tree, we're like Tarzan. We're like, pick whoever, right? So then, of course, it progresses into, hey, I bet you I can get to that branch. Hey, I bet you I can get to that branch. And a good 2 weeks after that, we get to the point to where we're getting to branches we can't really reach. I mean, all my might. I got to the apex of the house and ran down.
Oh, God.
Jumped. We pushed the trampoline out of ways. Jumped. Hit it. Jumped as high as I could. Grabbed onto a branch by my fingertips. What do I do now? So I hung there. Do we move the trampoline underneath you? I'm like, yes, move the trampoline underneath me after a good 10 minutes of me hanging there. They were so close. When I lost my grip, my back skinned against the frame of the trampoline.
Oh.
They were that close. So the landing isn't what hurt. Because I was my son's age, 8, 9, 10, whatever.
Rubber. Right there.
Right, rubbery. I mean, I hit collapse and roll, right? But the trampoline that we had, the way that the springs hooked into the frame, they set right on the very top of the frame. So when I came down and raked my back across it wasn't just on the frame, it was on the edge of the springs.
So you got Wolverined.
Dude, I got
You got paper
shredded, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks. Now my back hurts. Jackass.
That's probably the dumbest injury I've ever had.
Okay, but my thing is, for the way down and the way back up, how close did you feel to Superman?
Oh, every bit of it.
Oh, I bet just the free fall and then the bounce back, you're like, yeah!
Well, the free fall, no, because we've been doing this for a good month.
Okay.
So I was used to that feeling. But, I mean, like I said, I started at the apex and sprinted down and jumped. And we pushed the trampoline out of the way so that I could jump to it, hit, and go up. And, I mean, I'm talking by just fingertips that I get this. And you double grip it and get onto it. And you're like, no.
See, my luck, I would have just biffed it toe first right into the gutter and just splatted into the house face first.
Well,
my luck, the damn branch would have broke.
My luck, the trampoline would have split, and I'd been planted in the ground.
I thought I was going to say the roof.
There would have been a permanent crater.
For a few days.
You're a dick.
Love you, Easy. For a few days, we actually had a couple of mattresses out there. Like I said, we've been doing this for about a month.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes
and
more
so,
sense.
because we were missing stuff.
Yeah.
And so we were landing on the mattresses. Well, then we got brave. We don't need no mattress.
We're pros now.
Yeah, we got this down, man. So we started. Yeah, it didn't go well.
Ah, that's great.
Good
I love that.
times. I'm on my way.
So this one is actually kind of along the similar vein. Most awkward thing that happens to you on a regular basis. This one, for me, is, I mean, perfect for talk show reasons.
Morning wood. I get it.
That's a minor inconvenience for him. Heavy on the minor.
I get it.
Aww.
Oh.
There it is. So anyway.
Do you have to call no pedo after saying some crap like
No.
that?
Kind of do.
A little bit.
He's old enough.
Well, he said heavy on the minor, so I was
I'll
like...
catch you guys next week.
Just when you leave, keep your back against the wall, buddy.
So, okay, for me, actually, funny enough, this is inadvertently sexual if you take it out of context. So,
Where do we take this show?
normally when I'm talking, especially when I'm trying to make a point or like I get flustered,
Yeah. Like trying to... Never mind.
I try to talk faster to make my point more accurate, and it doesn't always play in my favor. I forget to breathe and to swallow my spit. And so randomly, as I'm talking, my body will automatically swallow for me and cut me off mid-word.
Yeah.
And then I just look like an idiot because I just like stuttered 6 times, and then I just went... Anyways, what I was saying, and it just catches me like a freaking bus.
God, we are biologically related.
So that's the thing that happens to me most often that's embarrassing. With this one, we'll go to Steve.
It's talking to people that I don't know is already awkward. Like,
All right, that's fine.
I'm gonna say something stupid, and as soon as I do, it's gonna stick with me all day. Like, I'll be laying.
It's gonna haunt me.
I mean, I can't say that I lay in bed for hours thinking about things I do because usually as soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm out. But
Lucky.
it does bug me all day. Like, I'll say one little thing a little bit wrong to somebody I don't even know. Probably never see him again.
And it haunts you.
Hate it.
I like bread.
Shit. Yeah. I like Toidles.
Twiddles. Easy? You want to go or me?
I'm trying to think, so go ahead.
All right.
So mine is along the lines of Brandon's. Again, like I said, my God, we are biologically related. But mine is like your body will inadvertently swallow and you kind of stutter a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Mine tries to swallow, but at the same time tries to talk, and it goes down the windpipe, and I start coughing for no reason at all.
That's happened as well, but mine, it's not like just... I can feel it coming. I start to stutter because that thought takes over. Then I go back to it, and then I just stop dead in tracks.
But mine
I can't
happens.
talk.
Mine happens mid-word. I'll be talking. It happens.
Yeah, especially when you get flustered, then it's all the more frustrating.
You know what the worst part is? Middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
It's not COVID. I swallowed my own spit and went down the wrong pipe. You had to explain
It's
it.
not a dry cough.
Yeah,
Leave me
I know.
alone.
It's wet as hell.
It's because I'm choking.
If I catch him doing it, that's always my first response. Easy for you to say.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I
Dick.
get that. Yep. Kind of a
funny.
requirement to be on the show.
Because it's true.
Yes, thanks for coming, Flawed.
I don't have anything.
Fair enough.
You're not awkward.
No,
You just don't care. That's
I
what
really
it is.
don't.
Well, that
Well,
might be it. Yeah.
I mean,
It's not that he isn't awkward. It's just that it's not awkward to him.
there you go.
Right.
I make my words up all the time. But for me, that's not
we
awkward.
know.
And he
We
accepts
know.
it
I mean, yeah. I'm,
he's-
blatantly.
He smiles and giggles through the middle of those words. I get it.
He says it
trying
in
to
a
get
smile.
Lap added to Webster's.
But see, this is where you and I differ because your definition of lap lop is different than my definition of
that.
lap lop.
I know. It's okay.
I think mine's more accurate. Yours is just cheeky and fun.
Yeah.
It's the click version of blah, 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 blah.
No,
No?
Oh, that's yours.
mine's basically a fupa.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the click, plop, plop,
It's
plop,
lap
plop
lop.
thing.
It
Yeah.
lops of your lap.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
His is just
It's a it's a laptop.
Lap, lap. I really don't.
like I said. He smiles and giggles through the middle of it. I get it. God, I wish we could make a little Mario sound.
I mean, the
It's
best
more
part.
Wario than Mario.
Whatever.
The best part of that was none of us spoke, so you can isolate that. And you can auto tune it and just make a little intro based on that.
You know the elevator music at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Just throw that in the middle of it. You gotta go. The hell was that?
What was that?
It was you doing
He was nowhere near.
But you gotta isolate little bits of it.
Okay.
Wow, did you hit your head on the way in? Is that your funny injury?
Well, anyways.
Fired.
So,
God, last time he does a top 5. Moving on.
well, with that unfortunate. So the third question. So this one for me, more than likely, is gonna be different from you guys, which actually kind of makes it all the more fun.
No way.
So, what makes you feel old? And it can't be me or your kids. So, like, wait a second. So,
Just literally took everything off the table. Thanks a lot, jackass.
it can be a story about your kids, not just my kid type thing. I wanted to not make it simple. So there's actually a couple. One I think of all the time. The other one is quite recent. So any of the Facebooks that say this show is blah, blah, blah years old. And it makes me go, oh my God, that's 20 years old? Or that came out before I did, and I love that show.
Came
type
out
of
before
thing.
you did, literally.
Yeah. And so it was kind of the point, Justin. Thanks, Mom.
Oh, God.
Or the one that's
Happy
happened
birthday,
the one that's happened to me more recently, and I'm sure there's some form of this that you guys can relate, but more specifically, the fact that anyone with a first digit as 1 in their birth year, anything in the 19s, and the starting digit is 21 years old.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that hit.
Yeah.
For whatever reason,
You're not far off from that, but still, it hits.
yeah,
I
it's
get
just like,
you.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
I'm old. All right. So since you didn't have one, easy, what makes you feel old?
The fact that I know what a rotary phone is.
I know what
And my kids.
Do you use one?
Have you ever used one?
I have, yeah. Actually, it was at my great-grandma's house, but yes, I've used one.
That and the other thing, and I was looking. This is more poignant. I have DVD or VHS tapes in my house.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't owned a VHS player in 20 years. I have Howard the Duck on VHS, and I was thinking the other day, it's like
Nice!
Howard the Duck.
after I had an argument with my wife that Howard the Duck is an Avenger,
He did show up.
He did 3 times.
and he's in the final battle. He's carrying a rifle.
Yep. 3
I caught
times.
all 3 of those
Yeah.
as they.
I caught 2 of them. I didn't catch the rifle one.
The Endgame?
Oh yeah, he shows up in Endgame.
I got just really
I'll
lucky
show you-
with where I was sitting on why I caught that.
I got the screen grab on my phone. I'll show you.
Sweet.
But yeah, I have VHS tapes and I have nothing to play them on, and it's not like you can walk into Walmart and buy one.
You gotta go.
Yeah,
you can't even go Amazon. You gotta go eBay.
Yeah, you have to order those
Yeah.
used.
Yeah, it's like I have that, and I have a tape from when I graduated high school. Our graduating class was the first in the nation to graduate in 2000, so we're the first class of the new millennia that graduated. And so Channel 3 actually had come out to the high school, interviewed me, and then actually went out to my folks' house, interviewed my folks. I have that on VHS.
Because there was 4 in his class.
There were 37, but one was a foreign exchange student. So
Still
36.
3 times mine, but okay.
Yeah.
We have 144 in ours.
Yeah. So I literally have VHS tapes and I have nothing that I can play them on.
Okay.
That's what makes me feel just old.
I've got another 2, but I will save them to see if anyone else takes them. Steve?
I ain't gonna take it. This one's just for Justin. I think.
Hit me.
Fraggle Rock is 38 years old.
What? Eat a bag of...
38?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
I remember watching that when it literally debuted.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were at some friends of my parents' house, and they were like, hey, there's a new kids show coming on tonight. Maybe the kids can watch that, and we can play cards. It was Fraggle Rock.
I've still never seen it.
It was on Hulu. I don't know if it still is, but it was on Hulu for a bit.
I think it still is.
It just makes me think of that little
Down
girl.
Fraggle Rock. Down at Fraggle Rock.
It just makes me think of easy for me to say. It just makes me think of that little girl who was like crying really hard, and he's like, what can I do to make you feel better? Like maybe something to eat and maybe some music. Maybe I could watch Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock has both of those, and you can make me a peanut butter jelly. And oh God, if you've never seen that video, it's actually pretty funny.
Talking about?
No.
I'll have to post it.
Never
It's
seen
great.
it.
It's hilarious once you actually watch it.
Right. So, my turn, I guess? Because
Yeah, I guess.
we're all going to repress the fact that Fraggle Rock is 38 years old. God dang.
It's not on Hulu anymore.
Okay. One of the bartenders at Old Chicago, been there for a while,
Yeah.
whatever. And me and a couple of other guys are talking about a song that came out. Man, I remember that. I was just starting to drive. One of the other guys was like, yeah, I was in like 8th grade. She was like, I wasn't even born yet.
I have that conversation with my kids all the time.
With your kids, I get.
I know.
This is somebody
A
who's
bartender.
working class
Yeah.
full and able to service all alcohol. And she's like, I wasn't even born yet. And I mean, we all stopped.
You reach into your pocket for your AARP card.
And we look at her, and one of the other guys goes, prove it. Pulls out her driver's license, born in 1996. Like, oh my God, that's when I graduated high school.
Good Lord.
You want to slap in the face when you're talking about a song. Like, oh yeah, I know that song. I wasn't born when it came out. What?
That's most of the stuff you guys talk about for me. I just repress it and don't say anything for your sakes.
But we expect it from you because we know how old you are.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're just an overgrown child.
I always will be.
You always will be.
He is the human laugh track.
That I am.
So
You're going to be 40. We're still going to be looking at you. What are you, 12 and a half?
The other couple ones are actually hand in hand, and I've seen them on TikTok more recently. For those of you playing the home game, and for us in the studio, put a phone to your ear. All right, Steve? Okay, Justin? Yeah, everyone else either does the C hand or the flat hand because they don't know what an actual home phone looks like.
Right.
The other one is...
dial up.
Yeah. The other one is take a picture. Most of them do this.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what a disposable camera is.
Yeah.
Or a digital camera.
Yeah, or a digital camera.
Well, the other one that usually floats around on TikTok, the sound that will define generations, and then they play the sound of dial-up internet.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like
and they're like,
sounds
oh,
like
it's dubstep.
Sounds like a robot dying to me.
Can I hit him? Can I hit him? Please let me hit him.
Well, okay. Like when dubstep
He's
was
not
first
wrong.
coming out.
Dubstep is that awful.
I know.
When dubstep was first coming out. Now, it's not so bad. It has its moments. But when it was first coming out, it was dial-up noises.
I can still hear that sound, and it literally is a cheese grater on my soul.
Oh, it's so bad.
It hurts so bad because then I think of like download speeds, and like if I had to download an MP3, and it's 4 megabits or megabytes to download an MP3 off of Napster, and it tells me, okay, it's gonna be done in 3.5 minutes. Okay, great. I run in the hall, come back, and now it tells me it's gonna be 6 hours. Like, damn.
Yeah, basically.
And now I can download like 17 gigs of stuff on my phone in 8 minutes. It's like,
Yeah.
son of a bitch, I'm old.
See, and on that
So
track,
old.
when my phone goes into quote-unquote safety mode and drops down to 3G speeds, and I want to freaking face punch a wall. Oh, God.
You never tried to download porn at 35 megabytes per hour or whatever.
No,
I remember
all mine's pretty instant.
And it was line.
And now you can stream it.
Yeah, in 4K
I was gonna say most of mine's
or VR.
minus the buffering. Really, I mean, I do remember buffering days.
I can send it from my phone to my laptop to my TV. I mean,
And the TV part's pretty cool.
line.
If you were lucky, it was going that fast.
Yeah.
I had fast dial-up at that point.
So was you doing like line? 10 minutes later, line.
I mean, having to don't get on the phone, don't pick up the phone.
Yeah,
Why?
I remember.
Oh,
You're
and
on the
then
internet.
when they did, it screwed whatever the hell it was you were doing way up.
But if you were the one to pick up the phone, it screamed in your ear.
Yeah.
I remember when we very first got dial-up at my folks' house, and we were living way out in the country. I had an AOL, and I could get AOL for free, but the phone call to call AOL to the local server was a long-distance phone call. So I had to pay for the phone call to get onto the internet.
To use your free internet.
Yes.
Weird. So I remember my grandmother and my mom telling me that when the internet was on, getting on the phone made the internet slower. But at this point, we were past dial-up. They just still had that superstition that if someone was on the phone, the internet was going to jack up. And I never understood it until I figured out what dial-up was.
Right.
I was like, oh.
Wait till you find out that somebody still has a Net0 or Juno email address.
Ooh. I know people with AOL addresses.
Yeah, I know people with AOL.
I still have a couple, yeah.
Or Yahoo.
Well, Jim in the
I
chat
still
room.
have Yahoo.
I use Yahoo.
Yeah, you're old. Anyway.
Yahoo, Hotmail, and Gmail.
I don't remember Hotmail, but I do still have Gmail. I never had Yahoo. It was always weird to me.
I didn't have Hotmail because I thought it was weird. I would have called it Hotmail.
Oh, and now
dirty.
Hotmail's been switched. Now you can't even get a Hotmail account. Now it's all Outlook.
Yeah, it's all
I've got Outlook, yeah.
I do
And if
too.
you spell Hotmail a different way, you go to a completely different website.
Hotmail.
Whoa.
Heyo.
I'm sure you do that often.
On that note.
Nah, I just use the app. I'm okay.
That's a weird app. Anyway.
Weird app.
Next question.
It's called Grindr.
Wow.
I love sandwiches. If you had a time machine.
Well played.
Grindr, man, it's cash only.
Well played. Well played. Sandwiches.
I got you guys. That makes my cheeks hurt from smiling how accomplished I feel.
That was good.
I know you're too stupid to get this, but you're really f***ing this up right now.
I mean, that came out in my time. I know it is.
Yeah,
But
no,
a grinder
no.
is also a sandwich. So
Right.
It works out.
Right. And Grinder Man is a sandwich shop in South Wichita.
Real weird stuff happens there.
Weird,
Anyways,
weird, wild stuff.
if you had a time machine, when would you go and visit and why? So mine is actually contradictory to most people. If I can go both ways, I can I can
What's stopping you?
go forward and then go to regular time, or go backwards and go to regular time.
So would you Back to the Future or Back to the Future 2?
I would go
Or three.
forward.
It's Back to the Future 2.
Back to the Future too.
Yeah, so I would
And I
I
would
would
totally do the sports almanac thing.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I mean, yeah, you can go through, get all the stats, win a bunch of bets, or you can just see how the world's ended up. And I mean,
Right.
yes, I have significant FOMO, but another part of that is at what point will things actually get way cooler after I'm dead? So
But
it's
how
like
do you know when you
how
die? I mean, you gotta go far enough in the
like
future,
how
yeah.
how am I like what's going to happen if I reach this age? Oh, okay, will it get cooler if I live longer? Or will it get worse? Oh, I should die at this age. Cool.
I'm gonna off myself here instead of here.
Yeah. So I don't know. My wanting to know the unknown, because you can look a lot of stuff up in history books,
Right.
but wanting to know the unknown is what interests me more. So I would actually want to travel forward.
And that makes sense. I get that.
You're the type of guy that reads the ending of the book before you, read the book.
Actually, when I was in elementary school, I did used to do that, and I was like, oh, okay, last page was pretty cool. I'll take this book then. But then I evolved, and I was like, no, I want to read the first couple pages and then see how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that is my take on it. I would actually want to see what's ahead of me, and the contradictory part to this, which, I mean, if you want to take the Avengers route to it, it is what it is. But the whole thing of, okay, that's what the future was, but if I change one thing, it's not going to be that way.
Right.
But the
Butterfly effect.
Yeah, the Avengers like, it's fine. It's going to happen anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, yeah, you can take that either way. But
Back to the Future, Hot Tub Time Machine, Die Hard.
So, with this next one...
Back to the Future was all bullshit? Sorry.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Yep. Hey!
So, with that being said, where would you go, Justin?
See, that's the thing, is that I don't know how... Because a lot of our history books is revisionist history.
Yeah.
Even so much...
Conversation we literally just had at my dining room table today or yesterday.
Even so much as the Bible. It's proven that there are chapters that have been rewritten and taken out because of...
That was a really good history special.
The
History Channel special.
The Roman Catholic Church not wanting society to know what was going on. Right.
Yeah, stuff like that.
So, I would love to go back and see Revolutionary War, see how truthful that was. Go back to Roman Empire times, see how truthful that was.
Right.
I mean, it's endless to where I would want to go. Well, I'd want to be a fly on the wall because, like you said, I don't want to change anything.
Exactly.
I don't want to step on a twig and screw up everything into the future.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if I could just go back and voyeur everything and just see how it really was compared to how it's portrayed now.
And that's kind of how I would want to be regardless of which way I go. I'd still want to be a voyeur.
Right. I mean, it's endless to where I would want to go. I mean, yeah, I'd love to go
So you
see...
want the time machine to hook up to your TV?
Pretty much, yeah.
VR. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'd love to go see what happened to those 33 years of Jesus' life.
Yeah.
Why aren't they in the Bible? Let's find out what happened.
He was born, and he's 33.
Right. It's only been 3 chapters. No, I don't know how long it's been. I'm not a big biblical scholar. But I mean,
anyway,
but that's my
that.
point, is that I would just want to go and see how they are compared to what's portrayed now from those times in history. It's not that there's one specific spot. I just want to see the validity of our history.
Okay, all right.
If that makes sense.
Easy.
Can I go back 6 weeks ago and buy $1,000 worth of GameStop?
Right?
I mean,
You can buy AMC now. It's supposed to take off this week.
Yeah, I'm actually pending straight on Monday.
Yeah. I got a few shares of AMC also, and Dogecoin. And
apparently, that's where I need to go then. All
Yeah.
right, cool.
Dogecoin's going for about 35 cents a share right now, and that's 3.5 cents a share right now.
Yeah,
it's supposed to blow up in the next few days.
Huh.
Yeah, that's another one I'm looking at.
I
too.
bought like 10,800 shares of that.
All right, so you're going to figure out how to show me how to do that.
I'll show you after the show. You
right,
set
cool.
up the Robinhood.
Woohoo!
But I thought we weren't trusting Robinhood.
Yeah, Robinhood sucks.
I have my faith in it. I made 3 times my money on AMC already, and then I sold it, and I'm fixing to buy some more.
All right, fair.
No, I mean, if I could go forward or back, I think I would go back. Just for the simple fact that if I could go back just to give myself personal advice without giving myself personal advice.
Right. Yeah.
So you want to Marty McFly yourself?
Yeah, just
Give the advice to your dad, and so that he passes it on to you.
In essence, yeah. Either that or just give it directly to myself, just through some other channel than verbally because I don't want to paradox it.
So
and
you're gonna do Morse code by knocking books off of a bookshelf?
No, literally just
He's gonna wear a hazmat suit and play Van Halen.
put an envelope in a book that I know I'm going to pick up and read, and have a letter with instructions to buy Amazon and Google and Coke and all the fun stuff.
Hello, past Eric. This is future Eric.
Yeah.
What the hell is this all about?
Yeah, that's
So you're sports almanac. You're doing sports almanac.
In essence, yeah.
in essence. But I want to
said.
I'm going to go backwards with the knowledge I have now and give it to myself, and then versus going forward, grabbing knowledge and then coming backwards again.
Steve.
I like the whole concept that we just came up with as far as the using your TV for the time machine rather than actually trying to live it.
Right.
I have no desire to be in any other time than the one that I was born in. But I would be interested in seeing the future. When you first started asking this question, that was where I was going, and you're like, "I'm gonna be a little bit different," and I was like, "No, you're not."
No.
Mostly to confirm fears, like, are we going to end up like Idiocracy? Like, it really freaking seems like we are.
Let's turn it into a documentary.
The longer we go, the closer we get, man. I mean, it's like, I watched that movie as a comedy, and it's just
Costco is taking over, so
it's so bad.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
But seriously, I mean, it's like the only problem with that is if you do look forward, you do see that it ends up to be that bad. I mean, is there would it ruin your outlook on your current life? Like, there's absolutely no point in doing anything because
Terry Crews is my president. I'm all down for that.
Do what?
Terry Crews is my president. I'm down for that.
I'm not that Terry Crews.
Yogurt day.
Day.
Like Mountain Dew Camacho, whatever his name was.
Right.
I know both of those were in there, but
It was bad, yeah. All right, so on the last one, randomness. What would be the most terrifying animal if it could speak? I actually have a predator and then kind of a non-predator. Not really, but sort of in some regards. So the predator would either be hyenas or wolves, just because they'd be super creepy if they could talk. Especially a hyena, because then they'd laugh at you and it'd be like, ugh.
Did it sound like Whoopi Goldberg?
Yeah, basically. So, and then...
We got that joke.
Yeah. Say it again.
Mufasa.
And so the other one would actually be a howler monkey, just because they're always yelling at stuff. And just be terrifying.
I don't know. I think a house cat.
You think so?
Yes. Just to have a house cat berate you all day long.
That wouldn't be terrifying. That'd be
absolutely would,
demeaning. That'd be demeaning, not terrifying.
Close enough.
All
I'd
right.
still be terrified. I come home from, when pandemic's over and I'm actually out of the house, come back home and just have them just berate me. I'd be terrified to come home.
Cheshire cat just belittle you in front of your kids.
No, he'd be cool because he'd be high as fuck. So.
You mean Steve's cat?
Yeah.
My answer,
Breathe it in.
Be more stoned than a gravel road. Yeah.
My answer is in the same vein as Easy, but a little bit different. Instead of the cat, I think it'd be more terrifying to have your dog be able to speak, because you know that social MF is going to go tell all your buddies everything you do behind closed doors.
Dude, what's worse, having your dog talk to your buddies or revealing your search history on your phone? They're both terrifying.
That's why I have my search history set to auto-delete.
Lucky you. Good thing your dog can't talk. Justin?
Fair enough.
But yeah,
no, really, birds, they see everything.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah.
I mean, just the little, sparrows and fly around here like barn swallows around here.
Little Tweety birds.
What if they all talked in unison?
Be like a musical.
Like an entire flock of geese
terrifying.
all speaking at the exact same time.
it'd be like Dormammu speaking to you or something.
Yes.
Right?
Good Lord.
Cobra
chickens yelling at you.
I'm not going to rabbit hole down this.
Ah.
I'm not.
We really could.
We are running out of time. Man, Cobra chickens, I'm with you.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
We're going to explore that after the show.
Canadian geese.
Oh.
They're Cobra chickens.
Cobra chickens.
Because they hiss at
They
you.
hiss.
That makes it... Okay.
They go long necks.
Yeah.
Cobra chickens.
Cobra
I don't
chickens.
care. I just kick them. They come
You
at me.
do realize that's illegal.
It's only illegal if you provoked them. Or if you do it for fun. If they come at you, that's self-defense. If I'm just standing there and I'm just walking along...
You also can't break their eggs. You get fined heavily.
True.
For Canadian geese?
Yes.
Why? Yeah. They're not endangered?
They are still protected.
It's because they're protected.
Canadians.
There are billions of them bastards.
It's because they have universal health care.
Free universal health care.
They're here on a travel visa. So I got a quick one, and then we got to wrap this pig up.
Sure.
So, give me one band that when you hear it, you forget how much you really like that band.
What?
When you don't think about it, say what's one of your favorite bands, and you never think about it. Then when you hear it, you're like, I love this band.
Stained.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I do.
I really like Stain too. I don't know what his problem is, but
I like one song by Stained.
Oh, okay.
I like that whole album. Is amazing.
Yeah.
So, like, your favorite band that you tend to leave off of your top fives?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take this pause to interject.
Go ahead.
Tool.
That's one I always mention. So
I mean, I like gent. That's a genre of music for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
DJ.
It starts with a D.
ENT. Yeah.
Jared Dines, if you don't know.
Yeah, I like gent metal, and Tool was like the first mainstream who actually brought that to everyone else, and then everyone reiterated off of that and made it way cooler.
Right.
Tool is not gent, dude.
I know, but it's the birth of the genre. It was where everything else kind of centered off of.
There's got to be a jump off point.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine is Chevelle.
Okay.
All right. I can see that.
I always forget about how much I love that band, and then when I hear them, I'm like, yeah.
Red comes sneaking on the radio.
Comes in, you're like,
Yeah. The closer.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
That song's the one I've been jamming on lately. I'm like, man, I like this song. So good. So good.
Well, Steve, do you have one?
Oh man, I have thousands. Is probably the problem.
Watch it be a country band.
No.
Darius Rucker.
Florida Georgia Line.
Oh hell no!
The Nickelback of country.
Taylor Swift.
He is a big T Swizzle fan.
This is not my answer, but Nickelback is not as bad as everybody makes them out to be.
They have a couple good songs. I'm not gonna lie.
They're actually great in concert. I've seen them twice.
I bet they would be.
They're
showmen.
in concert.
I didn't go to see them, but
probably not.
They were the headliner in one and the secondary act in another. But they're great both times.
I bet
they know how to play the crowd. I'll give them that.
Probably, yeah.
The song "You Look Better with Something in Your Mouth." That is great live. Because they pass out bananas and lollipops and popsicles to all the women to the front row, and then they're just panning with the camera on the big screens.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's clever. That's well done.
Lenny Kravitz.
Okay.
All right.
Love Lenny Kravitz, but when it comes to making lists and stuff, he's probably one that just doesn't come to mind.
Right. He just falls off for whatever reason when you're thinking about it. I get it.
Yeah, it's completely unfair, but yeah, there's not much that, and I had all 5 of his albums.
Yeah.
So there's not much that he's put out that
Even
I don't like.
5?
5 was the best one.
Right. He's clever. Yeah.
But I mean, there's always something everyone misses. So
right. That's
I get that.
It came up to me today, and I didn't know what you were doing for your top 5. I didn't want to just throw it out there, and then you ended up doing the random questions. Like, perfect. Hey-o.
For their honorable mention.
Throw that on there. So
I don't mind.
So there's that. So yeah, good little rando top 5.
Thanks.
Works. And yeah, that's all I got. This week's good, the bad, and the ugly. Steve, what's the good?
The good is that I don't have to watch movies this week.
You suck.
Eric, what's the bad?
That we don't have another hour of doing this.
I agree.
I could go a little longer today.
I agree. Brandon, the ugly?
I came in last, dude.
With Interstellar.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was like a shoe-in.
How's it feel?
With a Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Terrible. I love that movie.
All right.
But again, to each their own. It's fair enough.
So the fair enough. The poll, as Easy said last week, this is going to be a 2-parter. So the update on the the poll where we're at the moment?
So we're running a 2-week poll based off of who you are going to think is going to win the big dance, the Super Bowl.
Such a loaded question, though, being where we live.
It is, and I'm
I mean, it's a shock that the Chiefs
Right.
are totally taking it in a landslide.
Right.
So right now, the voting is 32 to the Chiefs and 9 to the Bucks.
Yeah.
2 of the 9 are sitting here for sure.
Yeah, 2 of the 9 are sitting in this room.
I liked my. I had to put my comment on both the group and the page because Tom Brady with his 6 rings. Just because I'm that guy.
Yeah, that's okay.
I get it. Wearing your own Michigan gear. I get it.
And all the videos of him and Gronk just doing the same thing over and over, just like, hey, we were here like so many years ago.
Right.
Doing the exact same video.
Right. So I guess a little production note. Next Sunday is the Super Bowl, and it will be on when we are supposed to be on the air. We haven't talked about this yet because we were going to talk about it pre-show, and we just kind of forgot to. So we'll make the decision sometime in the next couple of days. We may have a show early, as in early in that day. We may have it on Saturday. It depends on what our schedules are. We may not have a show next week at all. Just giving everybody a heads up. We will figure it out here in the maybe in the next hour and post it on the Facebook page. But we'll get it out. I mean, if there's not, so be it. We'll be back in 2 weeks at our normal time.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of a big game here in Kansas. So
A very big game.
Either way, we will let you,
in this country.
Either way, we will let you know through the group and through the fans of page. We've got it covered through all outlets.
It'll be on the Twitter as well.
Yeah.
All the pages is.
Yep.
So make sure that when you do drink a canned soda or beer or juice or Red Bull or whatever.
Open a can of green beans.
Yeah,
V8.
open a can of whoop ass. Take off the pop top. Save it. Get a hold of us. We'll come get them from you. I mean,
Absolutely.
If you live out of a couple hours drive, we'll give you a mailing address. We might even mail you something to mail it back to us.
And for those of us playing the home game with the video connected, easy. If you could just direct your chest towards the actual camera.
Yeah, I mean, cancer has affected all of us in one way, shape, or form.
There we go.
The pop tops are when they're recycled is equal to 1 minute of chemo treatment. Mm-hmm. So the more of those we get, the better we can do to help somebody out who might not be able to afford said chemo. So also make sure you do follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok at Clearly Podcast. You are part of our Facebook fan group, and you are part of our Facebook page. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you have any funny memes you want to see us, send us to have us put on the put out, and you don't want to put it out there or whatever, email us at clearlyconfusedpodcast@gmail.com. Got a lot of big things coming up soon. Make sure that if you do want to see how the live stream is working with the audio synced up, Easy does a wonderful job of that, and we usually do get it put out here in the next day or two.
Yep.
We got a YouTube channel that's going to be starting up soon. Mm-hmm. We might have something in the works as far as a way you can call us. Maybe not during the show, but we'll figure out how all that could work. I think that's all the announcements we have.
Yeah, that's everything.
My dog might be yakking up beside Steve. I don't know.
No, not yet.
Give it a minute.
But yeah, if you want to send the mascot some treats or some toys or whatever, email us. I'll give you a mailing address because everybody loves a good mascot. So
It's your turn.
so there's that.
Yeah.
So we'll
Thanks for listening, guys.
We'll either see you in a week or we'll see you in 2 weeks. But gentlemen, quickly say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
So as they say in Canada, peace out.
Post-game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.
Who knows which one of us will stay? I think it's time for making it real again. I know it's hard to say goodbye, but if we try, we might get the feel again. Yeah. Who knows which one of us will stay? And either way, no, we don't comprehend. Yeah, to put our differences apart, then we can stop by making amends again. Well, I'm living in the past now, trying to think the future. We always live in the past now. We should be living the future. Well, I don't really care about it. Nothing stays the same. I don't really care about it. must leave. Hard to conceive, we never fall again. Yeah, and in the end, I know that you and me will finally breathe again. Yeah, how can I live in the past now? I'm trying to think the future. We don't live in the past now. We should be living the future. I don't really care about it. Nothing stays the same. I don't really care about it. Nothing seems to change. I don't really care about it. Nothing stays the same. I don't really care about it. Nothing seems to change. Take all the pain away. Sometimes I feel like I wanna do. If I was you, I'd be trying to save myself.